Been this year 10 years to the day. I gotta ramble on. Find the queen of all my dreams. Life's a true story to keep it told. But trials and trials, it's time for me to ramble on. Darker steps of murder, sugar, will come back. Dun, 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 dun. It's Crocodile World Crocodile Day. Why? Where else in the world are there crocodiles? I guess where all in the world are there crocodiles is the real question. Where in the world are crocodiles? Okay, come on. No. Can you close my door if you're going to be doing that? Love you. That's Colin. Dash fit and full fat. Let's do fit and full fat first. So we haven't done a lot of fit and full fat here. Let's not do that. Here we go. I don't need to record. Been this way 10 years too. Today I gotta ramble on. Find the queen of all my dreams. Hello, everybody. I don't have my headset on yet, but hello. Hello, Fire Rabbit. Jello to you as well. You know, why don't I do that? That's why I don't do that, because then when I switch over to here, I can't see everybody. Neat. Alright. Kim wasn't first, but there's somebody who was first. You're blocked. I can't see who was here first. Anyway, somebody was here before Kim. Hello, whoever you were. You're blocked by my, pinned comment. But hello, Freya. Hello, Horse and Rider. Hello, Uncloaked. Cloak Uncloaked. Hello, K-Buns. Hello, B. Hello, Fire Rabbit. Hello, Debbie Gray. Hello, Chicken. Hello, Becky, Jody, Sandgi. Chantel's live. Huh. No. Been live for a few hours now. I don't know. Hello, Clantz. Ah, that's everybody. Okay, cool. Midori was first. Hello, Midori. Thank you, Gibbons. Yes, because I didn't see you otherwise. Yay, Midori was first. Huzzah. Hang on. All right. So my thought was, since the Mushroom Lady is very entertaining and all, I've been watching the breakdown of her, the body language breakdown of her in the court case, the Australian court case, which is a lot of fun, by the way. That Australian accent, man, that's a good one. But the brain needs a break, yeah? So I'm putting the top coat on these nails so that they don't bust up. But my nails are cute. You're not gonna be able to see these. Focusing on my face, camera. Anyway, they have little cats on them. Trust me, they're cute. Where is Foodie Beauty? Yeah, we're not gonna do Foodie Beauty. I did see the documents that she's being... I saw the documents that they are petitioning the courts to go after her for immorality and what was the other one? Debauchery. Going after her and Salah. So no, they weren't married. There you go. Questions answered. Because if they were, those charges wouldn't be able to stand. So. She's in Canada. I like my press-on nails. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I started doing the press-ons during the Rona. And, been stuck on them ever since. I need to quit collecting them, though. Because you can use them multiple times. Which is why I like them. But I learned, I don't remember who it was, but one of my people from the early chats told me to put the gel top coats on them. And then use the, you know, the light thing. I don't use the light thing because I don't have one, but I have been using like the Sally Hansen top coats on them, and they last a whole lot longer if you top coat them, especially if they have print. Like this has got little, they're like little tree, you really can't see these, they have little tree prints on them and stuff, and I like them to hang on a little longer. But yeah, so you know, nail tip passed on from me to you, those of you who care. So, anyway. Hello, DA. Hello, Funky Shakespeare. Good name. Good name. Hey, Lindsay's here. Woo! Lindsay. You're going to be in my videos eventually. Tee. It doesn't need a UV light. Excellent. Yes, UV. That was the word I was looking for. UV. Well, that's good because I don't use a UV light. But I think any top coat would probably work. I'm pretty sure the UV setting light probably would work even better. Because I think the goal is to just put something on top of the... Because they're mostly... I'm noticing these are just basically like printed. So I think that's what they need. They just need like a setting coat on them. But these came matte. And I really liked the matte effect on them, so I used the matte Sally Hansen gel. So now you know. And knowing is half the battle. And yes, I did just wash my hair. That's why it's up in a poop bun. Poop bun. Hey, McAnime. I am going to go to the Comic-Con that will have an anime component in New York later this year. So that just came up because of your name. So, all right, so we know where Foodie Beauty is. We know she is... I don't know if she's officially being, like, charged. Because I know the papers were basically, like, being submitted by the lawyer who is representing Pause Kuwait. It looks like that was the petition. It didn't look like it was the official court filing. So I think the judge has to decide. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm just going off of how I know it kind of sort of works here. So I'm thinking the judge has to decide if he's going to, or the court has to decide if they're going to actually go after the Foodie the Booty. I'm going to turn my AC off. Sorry, you guys. So you went to GalaxyCon in May? That sounds fun. Well, I was going to go to the Pennsylvania or the Philly one here, but I don't know when it is, so I'm not going to go to that one. And if I do, I'll probably just go. I probably won't buy a ticket. I'll probably just go wander around downtown Philly and look at all the cool costumes and stuff. Because that's what I like most about the conventions is the cool costumes. But I'm actually going to go with a friend to the New York one, so we're actually going to like do some panels and stuff. Go be like actual, you know, people at a convention. I haven't been to a convention in a long time at this point. Like, I can't remember the last time I went to Gen Con, to be perfectly honest with you. I could probably go look at my, ooh, it's been a long time then. I was like, I could probably go look at my con magazines, because I keep the magazine from each of the Gen Cons I've been to, but I don't think I've been to a Gen Con since before the Rona. So... I think they still need to like file. I'm guessing not somebody who's smart about this stuff. I'm guessing they would still have to have it go through the court and have the judge make the decision that she's officially banned from the whole freaking country. So it would still have to go beyond just petitioning the court. And Salah's still there. So here's the thing, like, I kind of feel bad for Salah because, like, he's just a romance grifter who got grifted instead. So I kind of feel bad for him in this aspect because looking at the case file, he could get potentially 3 years in jail plus a fine of, like, I think one of them said like 10,000 rupees. I don't know how much that is in real money, in our money, American money, because it's the only money that matters. But 10,000 is a big number. And I'm going to guess he probably doesn't have that. And that's like the highest end of it. Like, I think the filing said no more than 3 years and 10,000. But, like, there was also another part that said no more than 1 year or 1,000 rupees. And so I was like, okay, so which one is it? So I'm just going with the highest number that was on the little document. We're just going to go with the scariest number because there you go. That doesn't mean he's going to get that. And again, this is just from my understanding of what I read, and that was Barbecue Chicken, I think it was, who had the court filing in English. That's just the it looked like it was just the petition to the court to get the paper, to get everything rolling. So, hey, Theo's here, and Itsawasa. You got your tattoo at GalaxyCon too? Ooh, there you go. He should have gotten outside. Did he leave? Salah made a big mistake, yeah. Dollary dues. Freedom bucks. Give it time. Give it time, Itsawasa. Give it time. If the Cheeto has his way. I hear we had like a parade or something in DC. Or we're going to have a parade in DC? I don't know. Hey, Hannah's here. I don't know. We're not talking politics of any variety unless it has to do with our royals. So, and we can talk about this, but again, all I've seen is the October one in London. Ooh, it's gonna be an October-y here in New York, from what I understand. Because the merch is all going to be October-y themed, like Halloween-y themed, so that's exciting. October's going to be a busy month for me, so you may not see me much. Yeah, sorry to bring that up. Sorry. I wish you guys could, like on the one hand, I wish you guys could share pictures in chat, and on the other hand, I'm kind of glad you can't. You know, I feel like that's a double-edged sword there. Hey, Bright Light. Just got in from work and starting to make dinner. What are we making for dinner? Yeah, let's change. Let's talk about food. Oh, for those of you who don't read my community posts, we will be getting off around 9:30 if we don't stop before then, because I have commitments on the Discord link that is pinned in the chat above there that you might, if you're not part of the Discord, might be interested in. Something that hasn't happened in about 2 weeks. That, you know, that our queen, our quirky queen, who has been missing for a bit, not Foodie Beauty, owes her paying members. I have a prior commitment in the Discord for that. Eggs in Purgatory? I've heard of that, but I don't know what it is. A Kodama from Mononoke Hime? Oh, okay. Teriyaki chicken thighs, rice, and salad. That sounds good, Fire Rabbit. I had, yeah, so I was going to tell you that Rosie Beam is starting her, well, she's not starting. She's been on a weight loss journey for a bit now. But she got her surgery date for her sleeve. She's getting a gastric sleeve. question mark. And anyway, she's got a date for that set. And so I was like, yeah, well, I've already lost a bunch of weight for me. So I was like, yeah, sure. I'll throw in for, you know, hotter by Halloween. Cause I'm pretty sure I can lose probably 19 pounds by Halloween. So for dinner, I had a spicy chicken sandwich from McDonald's. Don't judge me. It wasn't very good either, which is the really sad part. Spicy tomato sauce where you poach eggs in it. Oh. See, you had me until the spicy tomato. I don't like eggs and tomatoes. Ooh, peri-peri chicken and rice. Ah, I love peri-peri chicken. I thought about, tell me if you guys think this is crazy. I thought about recreating some of the recipes that Anna and Alexandra Rodriguez are making. Anna's not making a ton of stuff. Like so far she's made the Dave's hot chicken thighs, something like that, where she basically just dumped a bottle of hot sauce on top of some chicken thighs and baked them. And then Alexandra's been making, she's been cooking. And I'm not too keen on recreating her like Weight Watcher point friendly bullshit recipes, but maybe some of her like dinner stuff, her actual food. I thought about recreating some of those. Not because I need like diet food. I just thought it might be interesting to do and then posting those. I need the fur me on like a button or something. Yes, Andrea, we talked about Foodie. We know she's in Canada, and we were talking about the filing, the court filing. Let's just spam the Discord. Catching up with everybody. Mexican pizza from Taco Bell. I'm not a huge fan of the Mexican pizza from Taco Bell, but the Nacho Bel Grande, man. Taco Bell. Taco Bell is the one fast food that I will actually get cravings for. What time is it? It is 5:05. 5:50 here, sorry, 5:50. Hey, Stevie's here. And it's a sausage and quiche, the spinach and sausage quiche that had no spinach in it. Spinach. That's funny. I like that. See, again, you had me until the tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes and eggs. Plot Fisker in Iceland. Now my husband makes it. Super creamy protein packed potatoes. Yeah, I gotta keep an eye on things that they make because, again, I've already lost a good chunk of weight. I'm not trying to get it back. So there's that. The upside is I don't have a huge appetite, so I don't eat a lot anymore. So even if I did make some of their heavier recipes, I probably wouldn't eat enough of it to, I don't know. I'd have to watch those. But I can feed my neighbor. So anyway. All right, so I thought because you guys know I'm doing the Anna's Lipedema journey from start to finish, and I also want to finally got cut off. Oh, hello, the Cadillac Smack. You guys, Starkman78, hello. So I also wanted to go and look over a couple channels that I watch pretty regularly. So again, as I said in one of my videos, this isn't like, I'm not ignoring other channels. These are the channels I watch. So I'm biased to using them in my videos because they're the ones I watch. But and also I feel like they did pretty good breakdowns. So I've got Fit and Full Fat queued up here. We're probably not going to watch everybody. We've got Collins, not the documentary. This is Collins, Glitter and Lasers Confusing Lipedema Journey. Now these are all about 11 months old. So these are, well, this one's 5 months old. So these are Anna's Lipedema journey back when they got started. That's the educational video. We'll watch that later. That's Weird Wicked Wednesday. I just have that queued up because I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. Oh yeah, Mushroom Lady. Told you guys I was watching that. That's Same at Every Size. The Lipedema or Shady sponsorship. Yeah, so course, we've got Sam. Right. All right, so we've got fit and full fat, Sam at every size. It was Midori Gale who was first. Yes, thank you, Kim. I got it. We got fit and full fat. This is Colin. So these are the three that I wanted to watch before I start going through Anna's content on Anna's own pages, because I feel like I'm not going to do a video on these, but I feel like I'll be pulling clips out of these three videos probably more than any of them. Everyone saw Lindsay's side-by-side today? No, I did not. But we can fix that problem. We can fix that. Who edited the pic of Anna? Lynn. Come on. Oh, perfect. Donk. The bagel with the bouffant. Is it in the posts? No. Okay, I'm going to guess it's in one of the videos. Okay, I was going to watch this. How old is this? 8 hours? Okay, hang on. We're not going to watch the whole thing then. I will respect the... Wow, that's a good side-by-side, though. Jesus. Hey, at least in this one, she's got her seatbelt on. Eh? Can you guys see this? Yes, yes, you can. No, stop it. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Is that... Okay. We're not going to watch this because it's not 24 hours old, but we are going to look at it real quick. So... Anna Nicole Smith, you think? Actually, to be perfectly honest with you, and maybe Lindsay says this in her video, because again, I haven't watched this yet, and we're not going to until it's 24 hours old, just FYI. She looks worse. Are we sure Data isn't just shrinking? Data's had a haircut. This is Data without a haircut. This is Data with a haircut. I know this because I've seen Data get haircuts. She's got a lot more weight in her face here, because her chin be chinning than she's got here. And yes, she's sitting at a different angle, but not by a whole lot. But I mean, she's got underboob torso right here. This is the before picture, by the way. She's even got the date here. This is from the March 15th of 2024. So here's her boobs. I know. Here's her torso. Here's where her waist used to be. Right? Here's her gunt. Here's Anna today. She's got kind of a little less chinny chin. Her boobs look like they've dropped, which is usually an indicator that you've gained weight. Either that or you've gone through second puberty, aka menopause. There's no torso anymore. She has no torso between her boob and her gunt, and then she's just all gunt. Hey, Feral Pigeon. Hello, W Slim Chipley. But this is worse. And you can kind of see, like, this is the armrest, because this is the same car. This is the armrest here. Same armrest, right? This is hitting her. Theoretically, it should be hitting her at the same part of her body, because, like, the length of her body hasn't changed. Hey, thank you, Feral Pigeon. I appreciate that. And I do love the corgi dog. So this is still hitting her just below where her original waist should be, right? So where did her torso go? So the torso should be somewhere, right? So here's where her waist is. I'm doing my own visual. Again, Lindsay probably went over all of this in the video, and I'm gonna, if you guys want to go watch the video, At least her arms look smaller. Well, yeah, when you have half of your arm surgically removed. Look at snatching that boom boom seatbelt. But just, and her leg. Her leg is so much bigger. What did they do to her? Like, what in the hell did they do to her? As someone who has had lipo and skin removal fat doesn't go back to those places. Right, that's what I'm saying. So why is she swollen in the places where she's already had fat removal? Like, why is she swelling where I know she's had surgery? That's weird. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like this is weird. Again, this isn't a perfect side-by-side, but it's pretty good. They may have given her lymphedema. And if they did, I would be pissed. I love the smarty glasses on the bagel. I approve. That's ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. And yeah, why isn't the dog strapped in? Somebody pointed that out in the Discord. Where later on tonight, if you want to join a party of some variety. Hint, hint. Hey, Sarah. Okay, you're not that late, though. But we will see you in the replay clue. Hello, Lainey. It's inflammation. She's dainty. She's not dainty. Whatever. I mean, shit, the before picture, she's daintier. God, she looks miserable. Also, I hate that shirt, so. She's wearing the Sims best friend, Sims imaginary friend t-shirt. But anyway. Good catch, Lindsay. All right. Most likely they damaged the lymphatic stuff. My children warned me heavily about that before we did anything. Interesting. Losing 130 pounds. Imagine how that worked. They allow dogs in the national parks, don't they? I've worked in several of them. You can have dogs there. I bet the Reddit comments were gold, Kristen. And hi. What park did she take the dog to that she couldn't have it at? She does look bigger, Fire Rabbit. That's kind of the point. She looks massive comparatively. How do you... God damn, she's delusional. Sound like Alan Roberts now. Oh, she took him inside the building? Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of the buildings don't let the animals in. Like the properties themselves, you can usually have the animals. I check because I take my cat to a lot of places. But yeah, the buildings, they don't typically let them in. Which is also irritating because I want to take pictures of my cat next to the cool shit that's inside the damn buildings. Alright, anyway. Nope, not that. Nope, not that. That one. But yeah, I know they don't typically let them in the visitor centers. We're gonna speed this up. We're gonna start at 1.5. No, we're not. We're gonna do this because I know I can do this. 135. I will never get old seeing her buckle. A few months ago? I don't think I've seen that. Most national parks, dogs need to stay on paved areas, paws on pavements. Huh. Starkman 78. So, alright. I don't know why she's doing all the parks things. She's doing her whole, anything you can do, I can do better thing again. All right, let's see, how loud are you? Do I have this turned up so I can hear? We're gonna check the sound here. No, we're not. That's muting the sound. Of course it has music. How is the sound, though? Is it because they attract predators to the trails? Interesting. Hello, Rosie. She had to hike up her butt and reach behind it to buck. Wow. Wow. Let's, I'm going to jump to where she's talking. Here.
Sometime in June, where she had still not lost any more weight.
So, I have lost about
Put one in the chat if the audio is good.
Weight. It seems like I'm producing lipidemic cells faster than I'm burning like healthy fat cells, which is part of the reason I stopped losing weight.
Poor Anna.
In 1 week, I am having surgery to address my lipedema.
Anna's first surgery, which targeted her outer legs, took place in July, and she heavily documented this procedure, showcasing her surgical team and promoting the clinic as well as the ALT program. And after the surgery, Anna announced that she had 11.5 liters of fat removed. Although I do believe this is probably...
She does have the tall girl slump. She, deputy. She does have the tall girl slump. Hello, Tessa. She's trying to convince herself that she needed the surgery and was only feeling better because of it. Yeah, whatever. And we're going to mute it right off the bat because I know there's some music going on. And I'm going to read things to you anyway, so. What's my hair? Nope. I don't want to blow dry my hair because then it makes my hair frizzy, but at the same time, my hair takes forever to dry. Of course, I'm complaining as I have it up in a bun, but whatever. Whatever. All right, we're going to go. There will be no sound at the beginning, just FYI. This one I want to include though, because I want to include this one because this is one of the first times where we the reaction community really started like commenting on Anna being like, it's not about the weight loss, you guys. Now, this is not surgery Anna. This is Anna during her co-pilot era, where she was trying to pretend like she was losing weight by doing exercise alone. So, this post is from July 8th of 2023. And it says, I have lost 60 pounds in 5 months. I'm proud of myself, not because I'm smaller, but because I can now do more things I love. That's why I started this journey, and that's why that's what's keeping me focused. It's funny to me that some people, I can't read. Some people will try to tell me nothing is changing while others hypothesize I had surgery. To be very clear, there's nothing wrong with surgery. It's just simply not my story. I've been pretty open about my journey. This weight loss is the result of treating several previous untreated medical conditions, learning how to eat to help manage my pain from lipedema. Okay, she's mentioning it here. Excellent. And a whole lot of sweat equity. Hashtag health journey, hashtag self-love. So good that she's mentioning the lipedema here. Right, still, it's a, yeah, exactly. She does look good here. But that's kind of the point. She looks better here than she's looked in a really long time. And these 5 months that she's talking about, she's been taking... what product is it that Novo Nordisk does? That's what she's been doing. She's been taking weight loss injections. Now, Anna will never do weight loss surgery. And the whole reason for that is because I believe she lost her sister due to complications of weight loss surgery. I'm 85% sure about that at this point. So she is adamantly against weight loss surgery. Here in this post from 2 years ago, she's gently saying, I don't care if you do it, but I'm not going to do it. In the Lipedema Mamas podcast from earlier this year, her and the Lipedema Mamas are just flat out bashing weight loss surgery. So Anna is still very much against weight loss surgery, regardless of how she wants to couch that one. Terrible tall girl slump. I noticed that a lot of people, even tall guys, have the tall slump, and I think part of that is like the need to duck at all times. But also I think it's just like, it's kind of like the short person thing. Like short people, real short people, we have like this way of like walking. I'm not that short. So yeah, I think tall people have that way of hunching to like, I'm not that tall. You know, I think it's just the reverse. So, but also I don't have to worry about hitting my head. Oh man, there was this dude at the restaurant the other day. Like he literally had to duck to go into the restroom. He was that tall. And I'm just like, man, that has got to be a pain in the ass. But it is what it is, right? Hello, nerd. I wish she'd give... Oh, she is on Wegovy, though. Supposedly. She is back on Wegovy. Supposedly she went back on it for pain management, though. Hey, Moab. And there's a huge difference between your 40-year-old body and your 50-year-old body. Anna is only 42. Well, 41. I'll give her that much. She's not 42 yet. Yeah, right. Sure, people gotta walk with purpose so we don't get trampled. Exactly. Murder, 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 murder. Looming over someone. Yeah. Your husband had to duck a lot while visiting Japan. The land of the short people. I can't wait to go. Yeah. I'm a short person. No, weight loss surgery isn't for everybody. That's true. But Anna is adamantly against it. And during the Lipedema Mama's podcast, she's not only adamantly against it, but she is doing her damnedest to slam it. So... Well, that's true, freaking nerd, but she's lying. But yeah, so during this time, this whole, like, I've been transparent about this, she's full of shit. Because she still hasn't come out and said that she's using weight loss injections yet. Now, the way she skirts this, and the way I know she's skirting this, is from her 2020 video, where she is the first time she says out loud that she has lipedema, or the first time she makes a big deal of it. In her 2020 video, she mentions going to a doctor and starting to treat her lipedema. And I think at that point, somewhere around there, the discussion of possibly using weight loss injections might have come up. I'm not entirely sure exactly when the weight loss injections started becoming a big deal, but around 2022, mid to late 2022 is when I know she started taking them, because that's when she did the commercial for Wegovy, or for Novo Nordisk itself. And that's when that got done. And that it got recorded long before it aired. So keep that in mind. I know that it aired sometime in early 2023, something like that. But when things are put on the internet is not the time that it was created. It's just the final date. It's the time. There's a name for this, and I never remember it because it's in Latin. It is the time at which it exists. It exists from, right? So we can count backwards from that, but we don't need to count forward from it, right? Hey BJ, hey Poto. Yeah, gotcha. Kim. I love people who are shorter than me. I love when they ask me to get things for them. I'm like, I am literally an inch taller than you. Grab that. Okay. All right, anyway. These are things, yeah, and then... Okay, maybe we can...
Which is like the worst.
So you do not have lymphedema.
He's so confident going into that surgery. There was no magic from Wegovy. I am personally going back on Wegovy.
Hello or welcome to my channel. This will be my final update on Anna, for this year at least. I have some other topics topics that I also want to explore, and honestly, Anna's content, at least to me, is more enjoyable when it's summarized over several months, rather than dissecting every little thing piece by piece, especially considering how infrequently Anna's been posting lately. Her last video was over a month ago, and it was nothing more than an ad for her Christmas sweaters, which I've already covered. Well, her last video was actually an ad as well as a response to all the size complaints, which was really just a big nothing burger to explain why she thought the size of the cardigans and the length of the cardigans was totally fine and intentional.
I'm gonna go take a nap because I'm actually really tired.
Yeah, girl, we know.
I would love to see her in her cardigans now. All right, I'm going to drop this back down to 125. Hey, Four Milks is here. We should go hang out with Honey Bison. What are you trying to say? No. You don't understand that 1 inch is essential. Speaking of short people. my dear short friend here. Yeah, you're like 4'9", aren't you? I bet she can't wear those PJs now. Either that or they look like they've been spray painted onto her.
Now, what I haven't talked about yet, and what we're getting into today, is her semi-recent second liposuction surgery and her oh-so-familiar fitness guru persona, which she...
Oh yeah, I should probably mention that this video that we are currently watching is from December 31st of 2024. Just FYI, this is not a current video. So that's why... She's 4'11". Oh. Got a bunch of 4'11s in here. That's funny.
seems to be stepping back into. And this is honestly my favorite genre of Anna, so make sure to stick around for that. But first, in case you're not fully caught up in the Annaverse, let's go over a brief recap of how we got here and the timeline of Anna's lipedema diagnosis and her series of liposuction surgeries. Anna has known that she has lipedema for many years. In a previous video, I mentioned that she's known that she's had this disease for at least the past 4 years.
Here you go, I do. I have lipedema. Even when I accepted it, I still didn't make any changes in my life. I was just like,
aha, see? I wasn't the only one that caught this shit.
whatever, I'm gonna progressively gain weight forever. I might as well like have fun while that's happening.
But digging even further back, as far back as 2017, she claimed rather casually that she has lipedema.
Taking into account that I have abnormally large thighs.
This is the one that I keep mentioning in my videos that I didn't go dig for because I didn't care enough. This is October 19th, 2017. And yeah, the Macy's Fall Plus Size Haul. Anna mentions that she's got lipedema in her, I think. Look at her though. This is Anna in 2017 talking about her lipedema.
Because of lipedema, so just something to think about.
So she's known that she has this condition for at least the past 7 years, and probably much longer than that. Yet during that time, she's done very little to manage her condition. Aside from fluctuating between the occasional weight loss and weight gain, the general trend was to gain weight over this past 7 years. However, although she has long known that she has this condition, the journey that we're discussing today didn't begin until around spring of 2024. And back in January of 2024, Anna had alluded to the possibility of surgery in her future, but she wanted to make as much progress as she could before going down that route.
And eventually, I probably want to be able to have lipedema surgery.
Have I mentioned in the last 5 seconds how much I dislike this shirt? Have I? Have I? Have I?
But I don't want to do that until I feel like I've made as much progress as I can on my own. And then all's left is really, you know, that surgical part.
Despite this proclamation, only 4 months later in April, Anna started sharing her plans to address her lipedema through surgery, specifically multiple rounds of liposuction.
This cat is like, I will not be ignored.
She had no more weight to lose, and all the fat that she had left was unburned.
All right, so this is a thing from April 29th, 2024. I really love how they put this fucking bar up right across things for me. She's saying, yesterday I flew to LA to meet with, this is when she flew to LA to meet with a specialist to discuss removal of my lipedema. I just returned home from my appointment and mentally I am overwhelmed. On the one hand, I feel more sane. I stopped losing weight a few months ago. Did you though? Did you really though? And I thought I was the problem. I knew I had lipedema, but surely I still had normal fat I could lose, right? I must be not doing enough. The comments that have haunted me for years expand their space in my brain. You're not working hard enough. You're eating too much. You're lying to yourself. Because they're right, Anna. Those things live rent-free in your brain because you know they're true. That's why. Stop it. Get some help. Today, I found I have spent the last few months beating myself up for no reason. According to my appointment, my lipedema is severe right now. There we go. The majority of the weight I have to lose is unburnable by my body. This means surgery, or rather multiple surgeries are needed. I knew surgery was in my future, but I wasn't prepared for this. It's been a lot to take in. I don't have any wise words today. You normally do. I'm just trying to process what this means for me. Sorry, Hannah. And the little thing in the video here says, POV, you're at the doctor's appointment. That will literally change your life. I hated this video. She's just sitting there like, and then she looks at the camera and goes, I was just like, I just want to smack you. But she is at the Advanced Lipedema Treatment Center here in LA. So the doctors that would have told her this would be Amron. Because Herbst is in Arizona. So Amron, in my opinion, in my little head, in my little timeline, Amron would have to be the one that told her this. So that's true. Funny Shakespeare. Everyone who's ever asked me to grab shit off a shelf has always been an old woman, and also old Asian women, and they will grab my elbow, like not oh hey, they will grab my elbow. It's like a joint lock to get my attention. Anyway, I don't get that. Apparently, it's something you learn when you age. I look forward to the day that I too will just randomly grab a stranger's elbow to get them to yank something off a shelf for me. But speculation, my friend had lipo from the thighs. The fat started to grow on her stomach since it used to go to her thighs, and that was, yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing that Colin talks about in his 3-hour-long video. Again, I've covered that. A lot of people have covered it. Colin's video is obviously the best thing to go to get the full effect of that. But, excuse me, the International Lipo Committee warns that doing lipo at this stage where Anna is at will result in uneven fat distribution throughout the rest of the body, which is exactly what we're watching happen with Anna. Yeah, Moab, she hasn't stopped gaining. That's the problem, is the International Lipo Committee recognizes Anna's obesity as being part of the lipedema. This is part of the lipedema, so they won't even start treating her surgically until the obesity has been addressed. That's how the International Committee deals with it. Yeah, exactly, freaking nerd. Right, exactly. Tammy Slatton's forehead fat. Yes, it is the same. This is the same. That was the same shirt from the recent car picture. I think she wears it just to annoy me. She has no idea who I am. Actually, somewhere in her head, she knows who I am because she blocked every single account that has the words Tiny Blue in it. Are we watching Anna's weight gain lipo treatment? No, this is fit and full fat, glitter and lasers. Her body is changing. This is from 5 months ago, so. Exactly, Shelly. She's not 600 pounds of lipedema. Amron. So anyway, that was what this one was all about. Six foot tall, dang. See, that right there, Freya, shows how diet affects height, though.
Burnable by her body. And so she began the process of qualifying for lipedema surgery. However, she would not announce this decision to her audience on YouTube until sometime in June, where she had still not lost any more weight.
So, I have lost about 100 pounds. And in January, I stopped losing weight. It seems like I'm producing lipidemic cells faster than I'm burning like healthy fat cells, which is part of.
Again, the International Committee, headed up by Dr. Birch, does not recognize lipedema fat versus non-lipedema fat. He laughed at the idea of that and said, how do you create something from nothing? Which I thought was a great way of looking at it. That's during the interview that Colin has with Dr. Birch. So that's a good one to watch as well. Again, probably won't be going over it during mine just because we've already watched the hell out of that. Could Amron face only if Anna sues him? I don't get why she isn't happy. It's all lipedema. Shouldn't she want to be able to control her own body? Yeah. Where are my damn glasses? Aha! Sorry, my eyes are fuzzy. The thing is here in the States, at least, my understanding, nothing's gonna happen to Amron unless somebody does something to Amron or somebody dies under his care. And we are hoping that does not happen. But even then, I'm not entirely sure anything will actually happen to him unless the families sue. So, I don't know. We're a litigious society, I think is the word I'm looking for. So, have that. The smears will get me every time. Litigious. Good enough. Yeah, she doesn't want control. She wants to blame anyone except herself for the fatness. She only has 1 year to file. Oh, good point. I did not know that.
The reason I stopped losing weight.
Poor Anna.
In 1 week, I am having
You guys think I'm sarcastic.
surgery to address my lipedema.
Anna's first surgery, which targeted her outer legs, took place in July, and she heavily documented this procedure, showcasing her surgical team and promoting the clinic as well as the ALT program. And after the surgery, Anna announced that she had 11.5 liters of fat removed. Although I do believe this is probably 11.5 liters of total fluid removed, so that would include whatever was also injected into her during that whole procedure. In any case, only about a month later in August.
Sorry, I didn't know that was coming. Sorry. Fair warning from this point forward. I don't know. There may be video of surgical stuff. Hey, Rebecca. Hi. Just FYI. I don't know if it's coming or not. So, because I don't remember. I've watched this, but I don't remember it. So. In recent posts, she's putting weight on in her boobs. One area for her that has been resistant. It's helped her remain looking like she had a waist. Well, I did notice in the side-by-side that Lindsay put together. Where did I have that? Yeah, one of the things we note here is like booblage. So she's definitely increased in cup size. I'm not trying to body shame. I'm just pointing it out because it's very evident. Also, Anna used to go on and on and on about her lack of chest, which she really doesn't have a lack of chest. She's probably an average cup here, and she's definitely not an average cup anymore. And this is with compression on, by the way, because she's got her upper compression on. You can see in her arms. So that's wild how much that is there. Dang it. This is... yeah. It's not really a waist. It's more of an underbust. She doesn't have a waist anymore, though. She ruined her waistline. I'm gonna scoot this over here so I can find it again. Her neck swelling is kind of a big deal, honestly, and I don't know why she's not more concerned about that. I mean, maybe she is, and she's just downplaying it for the internet. When people put up before afters of Anna, you can rarely tell which is which. I mean, there's a significant difference here. There's a significant difference there. She looks like she's got balloon pants on here. First off, she looks like someone's like blown her up like a balloon. So, secondly, this shirt used to be loose on her. Okay? This is a long sleeve shirt. This shirt used to be loose on her. Or looser. So, she's had this shirt for a while. Trust me, I know. And we just saw her in it, even in the video we're watching. So... Hmm... You guys are chatting about it? All right.
August, Anna had her second liposuction surgery, this time on her inner thighs.
These areas are looking much better. Yeah. But they're still, I can tell.
Here's the thing. This is Anna after her first surgery. Her outer thighs, after her first surgery, actually looked better. Okay? Her hips and her outer thighs did actually look somewhat smoother, right? So the first surgery actually seemed to do something. Not a big something. That was part of the problem. Everybody was like, you barely see a difference. So, did Anna used to have a shirt that... Yeah, Anna used to have some clothes that fit. So, that's the thing. Like, also, this is Anna back in between surgeries. She's still got a waist. Like, she's still got torso between the boob and the gut. So...
Oh, there's a lot of firmness here that's going to begin to go down.
Yeah.
This surgery, we're going to the whole full inner thigh all the way around. We're going to move numerous liters, at least all the fibrosis. I can tell there's a lot of congestion right over here.
And I'm not sure how much fluid exactly was removed on this second round, because this time she shared far less about her surgery. Mostly quick stories about her travel to and from the clinic, as well as her pre-op appointments and her progress pics. Which, I don't know, I guess these are going to be used as before pictures. And again, this was her in early August. Honestly, I'm glad that she didn't share more about the surgery, because I have seen enough. I really don't need any more of the gory details. What she did share in more detail after this second liposuction surgery was her recovery progress and treatment plan. And that sort of brings us to where we are today. As of this video, at the very end of 2024, Anna has had 2 liposuction surgeries, both on her legs, and she's still in the recovery phase. And she hasn't made any concrete plans, or at least she hasn't published any details about her upcoming surgery.
Oh yeah, I did see that Rosie went live earlier today, but she was in the pool again, so I didn't watch it.
On her arms. That said, she did previously mention that she'll have another 2 to 4 surgeries, or like 4 to 6 in total. However, any future surgeries that she may have in the works are delayed at least until January. And given her recent complaints about shoulder and arm pain, supposedly due to her lipedema, it seems likely that she's still planning to proceed with those surgeries on her arms. But before we dive into that whole can of worms, I do want to mention that previously I've had a big problem with Anna's lack of transparency and sometimes outright lies. So in fairness, I want to give Anna props here for being very upfront about her decision to have surgery and openly sharing that with her audience. She could have easily pulled an Alexandra Rodriguez and hidden this whole thing and not mentioned surgery. And if you don't know who Alex is, she had a tummy tuck, didn't mention it at all, and claimed it to be natural weight loss, among many other problematic things that she has done. But Anna didn't do that, at least in this instance. She was very open and honest. And that's really...
Get over there, you little... Nope, wrong one. Did I close it? God damn it. Alright, get over here. Ah, it is a different shirt. She's got 2 of these? Okay, well, I hate both of them, but I like that one slightly better. Just because I like the color palette better. Oh, good point. This looks like it's a short sleeve. Never mind. Alright, no, they're 2 different shirts. Savage K9 got it. Alright, I take back what I said about the shirt. Where were we?
that be through copay or insurance or even out of pocket. Whatever it was, in the end, she proceeded and had this surgery. She's an adult, she's allowed to make her own health decisions, and what's done is done. My focus, at least in this portion of the video, is not to specifically critique Anna's choices. Instead, I want to explore how
That's my job.
liposuction as a treatment option is framed for people like Anna, because there is a stark divide between two schools of thought regarding lipedema treatment. Essentially, the USA with the Lipedema standard of care, authored in large part by Karen Herbst, versus the numerous publications put out by the International Lipedema Association, made up of 60 experts from 22 countries. The treatment...
Did she... Yep. Oh, Colin. Colin made his mark here. Her sources. Yeah. That's the one thing I do like about Fit and Full Fat, is she's much better at citing her sources than I am. I should probably get way better about that.
Approach promoted by the ALT program, or the Advanced Lipedema Treatment Program, as well as Anna's main surgeon, Dr. Amron, and the clinic's head of research, Dr. Karen Herbst, directly contradicts recommendations from the ILA, or the International Lipedema Association. Specifically, the ILA suggests that someone in Anna's condition, categorized with obvious severe morbid obesity, should have never been approved for liposuction surgery.
It's cruel to tell.
One of the things, and I know this is kind of rude, one of the things that always catches me off guard with all of the girls, honestly, but with Anna especially, is like how small her head is compared to the overall size of her body. You know, it's just, and Amber hits me the same way. Like when you do finally get a full figure of Amber, and just like the size of her head on her overall body, it just always kind of catches me off guard. Yeah, I don't like either of those shirts, Madam Mammy Bell. I don't like either of them. And by the way, hi.
Tell these patients just to go lose weight with it.
In a 5-part research article outlining the myths and facts surrounding lipedema, specifically in part 4, it was articulated really well why somebody with severe morbid obesity should not be getting liposuction. And honestly, this was kind of fascinating to me. Well worth a read if you're into reading research articles or you're just like more curious about the topic. I'll link all 5 parts in the description below. But in part 4, the ILA findings suggested that within a year, the weight of the suctioned adipose tissue, that is the body fat, will increase. Second, the cosmetic effect on the thigh after 1 year will persist, so that's a good thing. However, they also found that the area will also see an increase in adipose tissue. And last, most interesting for our case study with Anna, they also found that there will be an increase in predominantly visceral fat in the abdominal region, which is known to be associated with an increased cardiovascular risk. Essentially, the
Okay, I wanted to back it up a little tiny bit there. Within a year, the weight of suctioned adipose tissue will body fat will increase. I have done something that I did not want to do. Why did I do this? I could have just used the buttons. Button. What is suctioned? What does that mean? Suction would mean that it like came out? Cosmetic effect on the thigh after 1 year in this normal weight study population. Will persist, but here too, an increase not yet significant in adipose tissue will occur in the operated legs. So the thigh maintained its cosmetic. So the cosmetic effect was maintained in the thigh, but adipose tissue increased overall on the operated leg. And then there was an increase. Now this is on the leg. And then there was an increase in visceral fat in the abdominal region. Remember, this was on the leg. Known to be associated with an increased cardiovascular risk. And that's something people have been saying since Anna got her lipo. It's just removing the outer fat. It's not removing the visceral fat. Like, she's still morbidly obese. She still has visceral fat on her organs. Mysteriously, Anna has joined that statistic, right? Anyway.
from less harmful areas like the butt and the thigh can result in a redistribution of fat to more dangerous areas like the abdomen. And interestingly, a lot of people who are following Anna's story have already pointed out that her abdomen seems to be growing in size since her surgeries.
This is from December 31st, 2024. This video that we are watching was published December 31st, 2024. This side-by-side is from 8 hours ago. Probably more like 9 at this point. Just wanting you to understand. Okay? Hey, Rocky. Hey, Rosie. So there'd be more fat in the remaining cells. Yes, Rosie. And if you go to the... This is the link to the video that we're currently watching. If you guys go to that link and scroll into the description, she has all of her links to all of her sources down there. So, right, that's what I'm saying. This is... Right. And the other thing is this picture here with the stupid red socks when Anna very first started wearing compression. This is from June of 2024. Right? This is pre-surgery. She hasn't had any surgeries yet. This is post second surgery, November of 2024. She's already starting to lose her waistline. Nope, she's already lost her waistline. Look at her. Jesus Christ. Yeah, exactly, BJ. 4 surgeries and all she has is smaller arms. They didn't even remove the back fat. Yes, the smoothness is the cosmetic effect. Yes, it's Iwasa. Because that fat is no longer there. They have removed those fat cells. There is no, theoretically, there is no, those fat cells are gone. So, right.
If that's accurate, that is concerning, but it's also consistent with the research from the ILA. The articles from the ILA also challenge some of the core principles that Anna has claimed about her lipedema. First, regarding lipedema as a progressive disorder.
Hey,
I have a
Curvey.
condition called lipedema. If you're not familiar with this condition, it's a progressive disorder, which means it does get worse over time.
Lipedema is not a progressive disorder. Lipedema does not make you fat or make you gain weight. Instead, the disease of obesity is progressive. And with worsening obesity, lipedema and the symptoms of lipedema will also worsen. And these stages of lipedema seem to be more accurately described as stages of obesity, with worsening lipedema as a result. Additionally, Anna has also been...
Now, that is by the international standards. The international standards recognize lipedema as being part of obesity, right? It is something that is controllable by controlling obesity. The US standards are radically different from that. I would crawl into a hole and never show my face on again. She doesn't have, I mean, this is her job, so, you know.
Been known to make claims regarding her ability, or rather lack of ability, to lose any further weight.
Because this fat is not burnable by the body, which means diet and exercise won't have any effect on it. This is fat that cannot be burned by the body, so once you have it, it's there for life.
So basically your fat changes and becomes resistant to being burned.
This is that shirt that she has on in the before picture, by the way. I really kind of like this shirt, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, Cat Whisperer.
either by exercise or by dieting.
Lipedema patients do not defy physics. Diet does have an effect on obesity and in
Rocky's
turn
alive.
lipedema. Losing weight does improve lipedema and lipedema symptoms. However, it should be noted that the research summarized in the ILA specifically emphasized that yo-yo dieting should be avoided. And I think we've all been screaming this at Anna for ages now. She needs a whole lifestyle change, not a short-term diet. And while it's true that no, Anna will not be able to lose all of her excess weight, some of the lipedema fat will remain even after weight loss. But she is probably around 500 or 600 pounds at this point. And putting that into perspective, she lost 11.5 liters of fat in that first surgery. And some of that was fluid that was put into her by the surgeon. But even if
Anna is claiming that we're not supposed to see final results until a year after the surgeries, the year mark for her first surgeries is coming up. So, and her first surgeries were on her outer thighs and her hips. And then the inner thigh. Was her inner thigh? I feel like there were two spots. It was her inner thigh and her something else. Oddly enough, she didn't have anything taken off her butt, from my understanding. So if we really have to wait up to 12 months to start seeing the results of the lipo, we're hitting that mark, right? So we should be starting to see that result, right?
that 11.5 liters was all fat, that would amount to roughly 23 pounds. And given that she's going to have up to 6 surgeries, according to her, that would total about 90 to 140 pounds. And while that is a huge amount, it's not for Anna. At minimum, she has around 300 pounds to lose. So even if every single one of her surgeries removed as much fat as that first massive surgery did, she would still be categorized as overweight or even obese. She is not a medical anomaly. She still has a massive amount of fat that she can and should lose on her own. But Anna will claim that she didn't do these surgeries to lose weight or be smaller. It was all to help manage her pain.
Sure, Dan.
So what would
you notice that Rebecca says, I've noticed that Anna moves her arms more post-surgery. They must weigh much less, but has slowed down moving the rest of her body. Anna always has walked slow though, and net is less total caloric burn. I don't know if that's how calories burn. I don't know if that's how that works. So I don't know. And I really haven't noticed that she moves her arms more. Honestly, I haven't really paid that much attention to it. I will now though. I don't know, the few videos I've seen of Anna being Anna, she's like wobbling and weebling around a lot, so there is that. It's Awasa. Moving her arms around gets her more steps on her Apple Watch. Yeah, she's got to get those 3 miles in. So, yeah, liters of fat does not conjure pleasant images. Yeah, well,
be the right way of addressing lipedema for somebody in such a late stage of obesity? Like
Shelly says, I Googled it and you should see results in 6 to 12 weeks for lipo. Well,
Anna? Well, according to the ILA, it would be to address the disease of obesity first. Not by sucking out the fat, but addressing the root cause of what is causing this person to overeat to such an extent. Because in my opinion, nobody gets to 500 or 600 pounds without some sort of a disordered relationship with food and eating. It's not just greed and laziness. It's much more complex than that. However, there's a difference between saying this is not my fault, I'm not to blame, this is totally out of my control, and understanding that, hey, I had some circumstances, I was maybe dealt a bad hand, but now it is under my control to fix this. Anna's messaging that the only way to rid herself of this excess fat is to by literally suck it out with liposuction is really disempowering to other people in her situation. And in my opinion, it really leads people to believe that they too are helpless and hopeless to continue to gain weight. And that's just not true. But
that is the story Anna wants to sell. Because it's important for Anna to sell that story, because that story allows Anna to have the thing that she wants, which is the liposuction. She's got her, yeah, it's Jessica Simpson's fault. She's got her watch on, I think. She's just not sharing things with us anymore.
Oh wow. Liposuction was done. You can't turn back time. And soon enough, Anna's going to realize that there's no magic from liposuction.
That there was no more conservative treatments. That there was no magic from...
This is July 11th, 2024. Okay.
So, what else has Anna been up to in her recovery from liposuction surgery? Well, she was going for walks, making sure to eat regularly, whatever that means.
But I was making sure to eat regular meals.
And yeah, I have snacks because I got bandaged today, so I deserve a little treat. I'm obviously not eating in a calorie deficit, which you should not do.
Do we all remember when she had to keep the little paddings on her compression garments because she didn't have one that fit her?
Surgery, you need to heal
And just drink so much water.
And yes, drinking tons of water. For some reason, always with electrolytes, never just plain water. She's such a fitness queen.
So one of the things they get on you about, like, literally right away is hydration. So I drink liquid IV, sugar-free, pretty much in every, like, jug of water I drink.
And she was also documenting her journey.
That's not a jug. She's a snacky girl. Yeah, Miss Consistency wasn't consistent with her Apple Watch. Yeah, exactly. Anybody got a guess as to what... Well, A, that was. You think this is like 20 ounces? Because I don't know. I guess I can measure it. That is asking a lot of me, though. I am so similar in age and height to Anna, but I actually do what she claims to actively and calories wise, and we are vastly different in weight and shape. Yeah, horse and rider, but do you have two incredibly specialized obesity genes that no one will ever study, so you'll never know what they are? Rowan says, I call BS on the whole. It'll take a year. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people have been calling BS on that since the beginning, so... And see, that's the thing, like, it blows my mind that the weight loss injections weren't working fast enough for her. You know? Oh, my hair. These are the days that I wish I could just shave it off. That stuff is so gross. If you don't need it, why drink it? I'll drink it. Well, of course, I've got the flavorless one, the colorless, flavorless one that I can put in anything. I like that stuff a lot, actually. But then I've also got the Mio stuff that's got the flavor, and I like the flavor of it, so that's why I use it sometimes. It's just to drink water. But I finally caved and just started buying the flavored water stuff. Because, I mean, water's fine, but... I mean, sometimes you just want some flavor. And since I don't drink pop... Must have been convinced by Archron? You mean Amron? Or are you trying to be funny there and I missed it? I'm sorry. On the surgery's ends and we healed from it in less than a year. Yeah, well, something, Anna's more special than you, something, I don't know. I'm sure there's some reason why she's special and you're not. I don't know. Amron, there you go, okay. Sometimes the Oz are printed on the... It's not, though. That's the thing. It just tells me not to microwave it, which I could figure out on my own, and to hand wash it, which I kind of figured about all these cups, and I can't put any of them in the dishwasher. Yeah, that's true. This woman can't wait 10 minutes for a cotton candy. She's waiting 10 months for... Yeah, the Wegovy's not working fast enough for her, but she goes to have liposuction that you won't see the results in for over a year, supposedly. The liquid IVs are incredibly salty. That's why I don't like the packets. I didn't mean to be insulting there, Rowan. Sorry. Oh, well, I didn't mean to be insulting to you. I meant to be insulting to Anna. Let me put it that way. You had lipo on your thighs. Back to work the next day. God, how long did it take Anna to get back to normal after her surgeries? I feel like it took like months. They did have her walking like the next day. But like, she wasn't cleared to do a lot of shit until almost like 3 months out from her surgeries. So that's true. Anna waited half an hour in the cotton candy, half an hour for the cotton candy she smeared on her t-shirt for feeders. Beef bone broth and Celtic sea salt for hydration. Yeah. I'll measure it. I got measuring cups, yeah. I'm not an idiot. I just am lazy. Which is kind of the same thing. I drink electrolytes during the night to help with leg cramps. I have heard that. Because of the potassium. Jody Keslow says, yeah, drinking the before night for the leg cramps is good. I know you mean sweat, but do electrolytes help with the swearing? Yeah, I mean, that's the point with electrolytes. If you're like a sports person or if you sweat a lot, if it's hot. I used to drink electrolytes a lot when I was working, especially when it's, you know, going to be 90 degrees and stuff, because I sweat a lot and I was outside for like hours, 10 plus hours a day. So yeah. Is Anna back to normal? Define normal. So that's when you need them, but just me sitting around the house doing jack all? No. And neither does Anna. We'll use science to science!
Getting MLD treatments or manual lymphatic drainage, which is another controversy between the North American or USA standard of care versus the international standard of care, and the research and the studies in that whole 5-part series, specifically part 2 of that series. Because according to the ILA, there is no edema in lipedema. And without getting too confusing, put very simply, the ILA findings is suggesting that lipedema is not a fluid problem. That's where the word edema comes from. And therefore, the ILA concludes that MLD treatment has no scientific basis in the treatment of lipedema. And actually, in part 5, they very clearly state that manual lymphatic drainage, or MLD, has no effect on the lipedema itself. However, what I'm still a little bit unclear about is whether or not MLD would still be recommended for someone who has already had liposuction. Because the way that Anna was describing it kind of sounded like the MLD was required because of her liposuction. But I could be misunderstanding that. In any case, I don't think that massage is necessarily a bad thing. Like, I can't imagine that massage is hindering her progress. It's just the portrayal of MLD as a necessary part of treating lipedema.
Who thinks Anna's still getting the MLDs, though? Where are you, Kirsten? Yeah, Kirsten, where are you? 111? That's okay. Alaska had their very first heat advisory ever. I think it was either yesterday or today. You're getting a lymphatic drainage done? I hear that they're real and they do things if you have somebody who actually knows what they're doing. The cause of why body grows more fat tissue is the mystery. Pickled brine. Nom nom nom. Phoenix. Oh, well, there's your problem. Lymph church, yes. I don't think she is. But she is using a massage gun on her neck because reasons.
Lipedema, that is the problematic part, mainly because Anna's followers are going to believe anything that Anna says. And a lot of the time, Anna will use the excuse that she has these experts telling her what to do. And you know, if somebody's an expert, then there's no way that they could possibly make a mistake or have any sort of conflict of interest when promoting their own practice in their own clinic. But Anna has done her own research, according to her, and honestly, it's really a shame that all this controversy exists, because it does make things very confusing for somebody with lipedema. Who are we to believe when there's such conflicting information and controversial expert opinions? I honestly don't have an answer to solving that problem. I'm just using common sense, as well as looking.
I say. We put them all in a battle royale ring. And whoever comes out is the winner. It'll take off 10 kg of fluid after treatment. That sounds awesome, though. The hottest, longest summer ever. Glad it's winter now. Where are you at, Andrea? Yeah, she's only doing the MLD if they're free. Jesse B says your dad gets it, but he had cancer and lost his lymph system. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody... Well, okay. I don't think most people are arguing that the MLD works. I think when it comes to Anna, people are questioning if Anna needs it in the first place, which, I mean, judging by how much water... Do you guys remember earlier in the year when her right leg was swelling and it was like twice the size of her left leg and it took her forever to admit it? And then she's like, oh my God, you guys, the worm made my leg release all the fluid. Like, where was I going with this? Anyway, she might have a damaged lymph system now, at least in her right leg. So... She was doing it after returning to Austin from her surgeries because she left her watch. Oh, that's right. It's Sawasa. She did. I remember that. Nope, you're right.
At a massive amount of research that was done by not just a small group of researchers in North America. But anyway, MLD was not the only procedure that Anna went through that was somewhat controversial. She also spent some time with Dr. Karen Herbst.
To visit the literal legend that is Karen Herbst.
The same Karen Herbst that was one of the primary authors to the United States Lipedema standard of care. And the same...
The primary. Not one of. The.
Karen Herbst that is the head of research at the ALT program. And so Karen had Anna get into a CVAC machine. This apparently simulated her body going like up and down in altitude, and somehow that helped her lipedema.
We should get you in the CVAC.
Here's what's going on inside there. Basically, it's simulating a higher altitude.
She did a live, and I'm sorry I missed this, and I don't know if anybody was able to record it, but she's doing a TikTok live, I think, right now, while she's inside this pod.
Which is causing my body to flush out toxins, and it's reducing my inflammation.
And I'm not going to get into the science of it, and I'm not going to argue whether or not this CVAC is effective in treating lipedema. I'm just going to refer to the video by Sam at Every Size, where she pointed out the little detail that Anna failed to mention. This machine was for research purposes, and the machine that Karen had Anna get into was labeled as a prototype.
Dr. Karen Herbst is a researcher, and she is looking for new and innovative ways to treat lipedema. If you pay really, really close attention to Anna's video and TikTok, you can see on the base of that CVAC chair, there is a black plaque with white, bold lettering.
I do not have the eyeballs for this kind of shit. Just FYI. I am impressed that she caught this.
It says prototype. And that tells me immediately that this treatment is not a conservative treatment. It's an...
See, I want to do this kind of a shelf behind me. Like I want to move my recording studio in a way so that I can actually be up against the wall and have the shelf, but then I want to put all of those botanical Legos back there because I think that would be kind of cool. And they have a Lego Lucky Cat. And I may need that more than like anything else in the world right now. Flush out toxins, I'm out. Yeah, exactly. You mean your liver doesn't work? Yeah, well, to be fair, my worm would probably look like a walrus galumping as well, which is why I don't do it. Yeah, exactly. Well, Sam's the whole reason why I even know about glitter and lasers. The tapeworm.
Experimental one.
And thanks to Sam
Tapeworms are flat.
for having such a keen eye. I think she was the first one to point this out, and I'm not sure that I would have caught such a detail. But it's an important detail because Anna can't be truthful with her audience. Anna should have been the one that was explaining that this thing was a prototype or part of some new research. Instead, Anna had people in her comments complaining about how they didn't have access to such fancy machines, and probably believing that they too needed this treatment to address their lipedema.
And I traveled all this way for a couple of different reasons. Taking care of your lipedema surgically is only part of the process. There are a lot of conservative treatments that are also part of maintaining your health post-surgery, and even for some people are alternatives to surgery altogether.
But Karen wasn't done with Anna yet. Karen also used some high-tech gadgets to further diagnose Anna with lipedema, which she already knew she had. Karen showed how she was using a heat gun on Anna to show the areas of lipedema, as well as using this ultrasound on some parts of Anna's body. Were these machines necessary to diagnose?
No. Oh, the cat was meowing. We're gonna get a better picture of that. No. Go back. Yeah. Why am I doing this? I know it's just going to screw things up. Close your eyes. I know some of you hate when I do this. There we go. All right. This is outlined by Karen Herbst herself, by the way. This dark area here is fat. This is Anna's muscle. Fat. Epidermis. Muscle. Muscle. Fat. Skin. Putting it out there.
Necessary to diagnose Anna?
No.
Probably not, considering that Anna was already diagnosed more than 7 years ago and reaffirmed her diagnosis as early as this past spring.
What is that? Lymphatic or blood? Or what? There's blood leaking in my arm?
Well, it's more likely
No.
plasma, so no red blood cells, but absolutely.
What does that mean?
Well, that happens in... that's lipedema right there.
Okay.
I love how she keeps looking at the camera. Am I reacting well enough? Do we need to do a third take?
Oh my god, how is she always so awkward? Now, using these devices could have some merit in furthering lipedema research. But the way that these machines are portrayed here, I think this should have really been clarified by Anna or by Karen. I think there's a real risk, showing these fancy gadgets and tools that are being used to diagnose Anna's lipedema when they're not typical diagnosing tools and not used in standard practice. I really think that should have been clarified for her audience, because her audience could, again, get the impression that these fancy tools are required in order to get a diagnosis or in order to be better assessed, when that's just not the case. In reality, any patient with severe morbid obesity as well as lipedema would have the same treatment plan, regardless of the outcome of these tests. It would be to address the disease of obesity first. Now, the last treatment or management of lipedema that Anna has been using that I want to mention is her use of compression garments. Anna is now almost constantly wearing compression gear, and you can see her wearing it underneath almost every outfit, which further goes to show that she was in fact not wearing the compression gear as she had claimed previously. But she's finally wearing it now, so that is good, and that is actually something that both standards seem to agree on. That
Aw, happy birthday for babies. My babies, the two youngest ones, their birthday is going to be on the 20th. They are solstice babies. So, yeah, her cat circling her like a shark is funny. I like it when it keeps meowing into the mic. Meow. Yes, every cat deserves a party. We're going to give them their own can of tuna. Well, they'll have to split because they both have the same birthday. But they have little birthday hats that they won't wear. And yeah, we're going to give them their own little can. And I have a little candle because they're going to be 7 this year. 7 or 8. It's going to be very cute. No, they're going to be 7 this year because my other cat is going to be 8 in August. It's going to be 8 on August 8. So he's going to be 888. He's my very, very lucky cat this year. It's Winston's birthday. Happy birthday, Winston! Was a hermaphroditic TB mare. Wow. That's crazy. Genetics are weird. Yeah, now she's wearing them. I don't know if she's hiding her arm scars or if she's actually trying to, like, I don't really know. But supposedly, like, July 4th, she's not going to be wearing compression anymore on her upper body, so... Aw, it's 24. Wait, he can vote. Take that horse to the voting booth. Aw, that's so sweet. I'm all for giving animals birthdays. If nothing else, it's fun for the people. The animals have no idea what's going on. Since the oldest cat, since, you know, he has his birthday by himself, he gets the whole can of tuna. And he's a tabby, so he's so greedy. He just eats. And so on his birthday, we have to kind of, like, watch him when he eats because he will eat so much food that he'll actually, like, his little belly will get all bulgy because he's just so fat. He'll just eat so much food. So we have to kind of keep an eye on him so he doesn't, like, make himself sick. But it's kind of cute at the same time because he's just like trying to eat the food as fast as he can, even though, like, we will take it away from him after a little while, but he just tries to eat so much food. So just the torso, she's still going to have to... How is she going to wear sleeves without the torso? He can legally enjoy his beer now. Yeah, as per her Sugar Lips haul, she's not going to be wearing the upper body stuff anymore. 18 is all. Yeah, whose cat's turning 18? Aw, happy birthday. 18's great for a cat. My last two cats made it to 19 and 21, so I believe in you. Your two oldest cats are also solstice babies? Yay! I have a lot of solstice babies.
Depression is a good thing for people in Anna's position. But before getting into this, I didn't realize that there was so much controversy around the whole lipedema subject. In fact, I didn't know about it until I saw Colin come out with his 3-hour documentary about the subject.
Yeah, Colin. 3 freaking hours. Actually, it's 3.5 hours.
So if you're interested in hearing more about this whole controversy, I would highly suggest giving his video a watch because it is very interesting and very thorough. And I'll link his video in the description below. And one thing that I got from his video was it really sounded like a Karen Herbst versus the world sort of issue. Karen Herbst being the lead researcher at the ALT program and the author of that lipedema standard of care for the US. The same Karen.
It is kitten season. It is kitten season, as Foodie found out the hard way. So those of you who see kittens, try not to, you know, alert people who deal with kittens. Try not to be like a kitten rescue yourself, unless you have experience doing that. But you know, if you see a kitten, don't just run over and pick it up. Maybe pet it on its little head, but don't take it home. My mom's cat lived to 22. We called him Uncle. Because he was around so long. Aw. My best friend had a Siamese for a long time. He was actually a pretty cool cat. So. I was looked for the compression Anna wears out of curiosity, and it is from Amazon per a link I stumbled on, now deleted but screenshotted and shared. And it goes up to a 4X. That's the thing though, even if it does go up to a size that Anna could wear, Anna doesn't buy the right size. So. Because Bob was a legend. That's kind of sweet. Who was it that was telling me they made, unrelated, but related to cats passing away, they made a catnip vodka? Some kind of catnip and catnip alcohol because their friend's cat had passed away. And so they had like a cat wake, which I thought was very sweet. You know. Good night, Rose. Thanks for hanging out. Hello, Chonk. Chonk. Hello. Yeah, good thing she's a medium now. Take your car to the bar. So, yeah, that's the thing with... oh, was? Okay, it's Awasa. You were talking about the cat wake. I think that's precious, honestly. The last 2 cats I had to put down, we took to the vet, so there wasn't a wake for them. Elrod. Well, anybody looking for a cat? It was catnip vodka. I think that's precious. I make catnip tea for my cats. I'm going to make catnip tea for my cats after I get another chair. They have a little table. Maybe that's what we'll do for the birthday. We'll make catnip tea. How did it taste? Like, could you taste the catnip? Catnip's supposed to be good for people. Like, it's a good herbal thing for people. So, it's good for you. It's good for you. Anyway. Yeah. Onward. What are we doing time-wise? 7:10? We're good.
That put Anna into that cryovac machine and hit her with an x-ray or something. And the same Karen that confirmed that Anna did not have lymphedema. She only had lipedema. And yeah, I know those two words are very, very similar. Lymphedema is the swelling caused by fluid. And Anna only has lipedema. And she was quite happy to hear that.
So you do not have lymphedema.
Thank God. That was the one thing I was like, I want to be able to get rid of the lymphedema.
Spoilers.
use conservative treatments.
You
and
don't
not have
have
to
it.
do lymphedema for the rest of my life.
You don't have it.
But if Anna doesn't have lymphedema,
You've bombed
how
like
could she
you
be
know.
a stage 4 lipedema patient, as she has so
Started
proudly proclaimed in the
boxing with
past, on multiple
vacuum hose.
occasions, mind you, as well as her surgeon confirming that she's stage 3 or 4.
You know, I'm stage 4, which is like the worst.
So the ILA, the International
That's so
Lipedema
sweet.
Association, they completely disagree with this whole 4 stages of lipedema thing. And as you may remember, they even concluded that lipedema is not an edema problem. So it is separate from the issue of lymphedema. But even looking at the United States standard of care, where they do use these stages, stage 4 is defined as lipedema as well as lymphedema. So even going off of the flawed USA standard of care, Anna can't be stage 4 lipedema if she doesn't have lymphedema. I don't know, maybe she's not saying that she never had it, maybe she's just saying that she doesn't have it anymore. In any case, Anna's got all the compression gear that her heart desires. She's going to her MLD appointment. She got in that fancy CVAC machine and all the other treatments. But most important to her recovery, she's also back on Wegovy.
And I'm sharing this solely because a lot of people do not know it, because these medications usually get talked about in the terms of weight loss, but they also have other benefits which can be honestly life-changing for people with autoimmune conditions and like lymphatic conditions.
Or maybe people upwards of 500 pounds and hopelessly addicted to food. Weight loss meds is probably also life-changing for those people too, right?
Here's my thing. We're learning a lot about the GLP-1s and the other weight loss drugs now. And, you know, you remember back when I first started the channel and I was all about the food noise and like all the cool things that we're learning about the GLP-1s. Don't get me wrong, there's bad things too. But it seems to be, just going with the girls, it seems to be if you have an active food addiction like these girls do, it doesn't seem to help, right? It doesn't seem to help because it's the addiction itself that is the problem, right? Because all of them will talk about how they don't have the food noise anymore and they lose their appetite and they do start having the side effects. So the GLP-1 is doing its job, right? It's doing what it's supposed to do. But the addictive behavior doesn't seem to be curbed. Does that make sense? So like the psychological behavior of the addiction doesn't seem to be addressed by the GLP-1. And so the girls they out-eat the drug, right? They out-eat the weight loss drug. Anna's doing it. Who else took it? Foodie did it. And who else took it? Amber, obviously. Amber did it every single fucking time. Because she's been on, what, 3-4 different ones now? Clean my desk. So, Anna out-ate it. Amber out-ate it. Foodie out-ate it. Did Alexandra do it? Because I'm pretty sure she was out-eating hers if she did. Life by Jen, if anybody remembers. She was on it for a short period of time. So... you guys, careful with the mushrooms. It's like when you get weight loss surgery and stretch your stomach out because they're hungry, but not because they're hungry, but because they're addicted who hasn't addressed their addiction. Yeah, DK Chaos, yeah, or KD Chaos, exactly. That's the thing. Like, the weight loss surgery will do its job. I mean, look at April Lauren. I'm very concerned about April Lauren, actually, because the weight loss surgery has done its job, right? She has lost weight, and she looks great. She does. But at the same time, Alex has never been on it. Okay. Alex out-ate her bypass. Yeah, okay. And I'm afraid that's what April's going to do. Because the last video that I watched of hers, which is not her most recent, by the way. I'm behind on April. But... the most recent video that I watched of April's, she was talking about getting control of her eating habits and getting control of how she eats. And that's exactly how she talked before that's exactly how she's talked in the past. And that's how she talked before she even got the weight loss surgery. So she hasn't addressed the problem. And the weight loss surgery, she hit her 1-year mark. So, you know, this is around the time where the surgery itself kind of starts, you know, the effects of it start to kind of taper off because it's It just doesn't, I don't know why, honestly. I guess because it's just, it only works for so long. But I'm back. What did I miss? I live in Cali and there was a fire near my friend's house. Yay. I'm glad everybody's safe, Stevie. I don't know if you've missed anything truly significant. What was Rosie on? Yes, I think Rosie was, but Rosie's problem, I forget why Rosie didn't stay on them. April got approved for surgery so fast. Yeah, I don't know. Was Rosie on injections? Rosie's on metformin, but I don't know. I think she's on metformin because she has diabetes. Well, it's been raining off and on here for a little bit, last few days. But anyway.
So, I am personally going back on Wegovy. I'm not endorsing
Hey,
it. I think
Idiot
you should
Witch,
go to your doctor.
hello.
I think you should make the right decision for you. There are lots of different GL1
Brioche, if I didn't say hi to you when you came in, hello.
GLP-1s. That's just the one that happens to work best for me. What I will say is, for me, as a patient with lipedema, those medications have changed my life. They have given me the ability to move when I'm inflamed.
Wow.
I don't
get hit by
understand why she
lightning,
has so
Rocky.
much trouble admitting that taking weight loss meds was helping her to lose weight, and that weight loss was helpful to her. She's always just dancing around this subject, and it's just frustrating. And this video was posted to her TikTok around early September 2024, so after her 2 liposuction surgeries. And I think it's important to document this now so there's no confusion in the future. She's not trying to hide the Wegovy, although she hasn't announced this to her wider audience on either Instagram or on YouTube. That being said, her uploads have also been very sparse, so I guess it's
Her announcing it to TikTok actually is her largest audience, though, so her doing it on TikTok is actually pretty significant for her. So she did announce that she was going to go back on Wegovy in between, the second and third surgeries. I don't know if she's back on it after the 4th surgery, so I don't know. Because she hasn't announced that she's going back on it. I just assume that she is. So I just assume that she is. Because with Anna, she just doesn't tell you things, but she's also not visibly losing weight. So if she is back on it, she's on the lower doses that aren't affecting anything yet. Consider your fat as being swollen, then yes, taking weight loss will side in your swelling and inflammation. Yeah, exactly. Bonanza. Will aid your swelling. Nah, you're fine, Katie. I gotcha. We don't spelling shame in here much.
possible that she's planning to come out with this in the future. So to give her the benefit of the doubt, I'm going to say now that she's not trying to hide her Wegovy. She does seem to be open about it, at least on her TikTok. Not mentioning it a ton, but that's not really on brand for her to do anyway. Let's just hope that she does announce it to her YouTube audience sometime in the near future, because I think that's important for her audience to know. Because right now, she is putting a ton of emphasis and enthusiasm in what I think is the wrong places. Really showcasing every step of the liposuction and the MLD and now the compression garments and all those fancy tools to either diagnose her lipedema or help with her inflammation somehow. But it's really hard to tell whether any of these efforts are doing anything to help with her weight loss or help with her lipedema. As I mentioned, she is constantly wearing this compression gear, which obviously has a bit of a slimming and smoothing effect. And given that she's never worn these things in the past, it's really hard to get a direct comparison between her prior to surgery and her today. On top of that, her most recent posts are all over the place. I don't know if she's doing this to intentionally confuse her audience regarding her progress, or rather lack of progress, but she has been posting a ton of old or reused content across her TikTok, Instagram, and her Facebook even. On Facebook, she wasn't even bothering to change the caption, posting about this Valentine's Day bath back in November of this year, or posting in this cute white dress from one of her photo shoots, but failing to mention that this was a photo shoot from Christmas of last year. And she posted again from the same photo shoot, claiming it to be a throwback, but I think this is only because her audience caught on to the fact that she was posting old content. In any case, with all of her social media feed being flooded with old or reused content or photos of her in tight compression gear, it's really hard to get a direct comparison or make any—
You know, I joke about not caring about tornadoes, right? Because like Midwest. Thunderstorms though, like lightning, I like watching it from the safety of my own home or my car. I don't fuck with lightning. Anna's odd. She wants praise and sympathy for stuff she's doing or going through, but also doesn't want to tell her. Yeah, exactly. She's only going to tell... Anna will only tell her audience about things if she thinks she can get accolade for them. And accolades, yes, maybe. And she's learning the hard way that a lot of the stuff that she does these days is not... People aren't going to just fall all over themselves to tell her how wonderful she is, because she's part of girl world now. Winston wanted to battle the hail. That's funny. What did he think he was going to do?
Any sort of conclusions about her progress so far. And instead of looking at the reality of her transformation from pre-surgery to post-surgery, Anna chose to post this obscure before and after shoot from one arbitrary point in time long before surgery when she was much larger.
She loves this pose. It's her like pose.
To some months after surgery that is unspecified. She's really doing the most to make it seem like surgery was the right choice for her, and she is on track with her progress. But if we do another
I think it was
little
Lindsay
before
that
and
pointed
after,
out that after all of these surgeries and she still can't put her legs together.
this is Anna before surgery, during her first round of Wegovy. And yet she posted this in November of this year to her Facebook. And the caption there alone is funny, because Anna, you have had surgery now. But anyway, that was Anna long before surgery, and back when she had some success on Wegovy. And this is Anna after surgery. Most of the recycled content that she's been posting has been back from when she lost 60 pounds on Wegovy. And I don't think that's a coincidence. That's from when she had probably lost the most amount of weight that she's ever lost. And I think she knows that now, 5 months post liposuction surgery, she's not seeing the progress and the weight loss that she should be seeing. And let's not forget that Anna already set herself up with an excuse just in case the liposuction didn't give her the results that she was looking for, saying that recovery is going to take 12 months and that her weight is going to...
Yeah, surgery can take up to 12 months to recover from, and as a stage 4 lipedema patient with significant fibrosis and a large amounts of cells removed, it's likely going to take me longer to heal. Also, inflammation isn't always logical. Pile on the changes in hormones, my co-conditions, and the fact that I am still learning my triggers. My weight is going to fluctuate a lot. Even knowing all this, every time I weigh myself and my weight went up, I felt like I was failing. Oh, my nose. Yeah, Princess Brioche. The difference. Why not stick with Wegovy? It was working. She's self-sabotaging. What is it that Graphically Alex calls it? Toxic ritualistic behaviors. One of the things he points out in his video about that is how... part of the toxic ritualistic behaviors is setting yourself up for failure, because the failure allows you to partake in the toxic ritualistic behavior, which is BING. So that's setting yourself up to fail. Like, yes, the Wegovy was working and now she's self-sabotaging. That's setting her up to be able to participate in her toxic ritualistic behavior, right? So that's why she's doing it, and it might not even be intentional, and it might be intentional, but I don't know. I just Graphically Alex's whole video on that is pretty eye-opening, I think. She needs 5,000 calories a day. Yeah. I am jealous that she can eat 5,000 calories a day and keep that svelte figure. Dude, I don't even know if I could eat 5,000 calories a day.
Fluctuate, and of course pleading for sympathy, because every time she weighed herself and the weight went up, she felt like she was failing. Some have speculated that the reason why Anna hasn't talked about her future surgeries, specifically on her arms, is because she failed to meet any sort of weight loss targets. And then by her now being back on Wegovy meds, that's sort of supporting the idea that she's trying to hurry up and lose the weight so that she can be approved for her next surgery. But there's really no knowing why Anna has chosen not to give any further updates regarding her next surgery date. She has dropped some hints, however, that she will be needing this surgery in the future. And this is just speculation, but she'll probably claim that the pain was just unbearable and she had to get the liposuction. And her mobility was just so far gone that this was her only option.
Remember, this video is from December 2024. Oh, the predictions and how they came true. Ellie Cruz says, when did she switch from 12 months to 18 months to 2 years? Is she maybe trying to buy herself more time to lose weight before taking after pics? Who knows? Who knows? Probably. But the problem is she acts like we don't have eyeballs. Eat an entire cheesecake. Here's the thing. I couldn't eat the entire cheesecake. I don't know if I could get through a whole piece. Can be nice. No, I'm kidding. You need to accept your gaslighting, you damn it. I had to be as low as 1,200 while I was losing weight. I don't know how much I'm eating right now. I really need to get back onto tracking because I want to know, because I suspect I'm eating really low. She keeps pushing it back like an album release.
I am having an incredible amount of pain still in my shoulders, specifically this shoulder. The shoulder is a bit worse than...
She says, my lipedema has been really bad in my arms as of late, and I have had to wear full arm compression except when I sleep as a result. It is literally the most miserable experience, and I hate it. I don't know I can't remember in 2020 if she was talking about having it in her arms or not. I don't think she did.
And this one.
So like when I go like up like this, I'm starting to lose this range of motion. Now I worked out today, so it's a little bit better because it's warm, right?
Right.
But
this range of motion, I can't do this anymore. I can't, but I can today because I went to the gym and worked out. So when you go to the gym and you stretch and you work out, you have a full range of motion. Yeah, but only when I work out and stretch. Huh. I see what you mean. I see what you did there, Doc. Ah, shit. You can get calories. I don't want to put calories in though, Stevie. That's not the goal. I don't think that's the goal. I think she is delusional enough that she believes the before and afters actually look different. She might be delusional enough to think that the before pictures are the after pictures. And Twilight Sedation. That's not a bad name though. It's not a bad band name. My goal weight has a BMR of 11. Okay, that's way too low. That's ridiculous. I don't know any like legit dietitian or diet plan that would tell you to go that low. The lowest I ever see anything go is 1,200, and even that's low. Nah, that's crazy talk. Sorry, personal opinion, but I think that's crazy talk.
if it's like cold, sometimes like when I was flying.
Unless it's like a very specific doctor, you know, doctor monitored short term. Because I know, shit, even Dr. Now's diet's 1,200 calories. So. And I think she can get us all to buy her BS. She is getting more delusional, R. Claymore. And I don't know if she's actually delusional or if she's just like forgets the internet exists. I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Flying made it really bad, and I was just like hurting. Like physically, it felt like I had like a torn rotator cuff or something.
She really is playing up the arm pain thing. But when I saw this video with her complaining so heavily about her shoulder pain, I immediately thought of her recent fitness guru arc that.
All right, I'm going to say this right now because it's like one of the only things that bug me about Fit and Full Fat's videos, and that I need her to adjust the white balance. Desperately. Anyway. So got to work out to eat more. I still say that's too low. I still say that's way too low. But that's my personal opinion. I'm not a doctor. Remember, her armpit spit stitches nearly every single one, which means they were too tight. I don't know, because I looked up the stitch spitting thing, and it says it can happen to almost anybody for any number of reasons. It could also mean that the stitches were too damn tight because her fucking arms were too... Because Anna stretched her stitches out. I mean, it could be Anna's fault. It could also not be Anna's fault. So... I mean, you could be right. I just intuitively eat and it works better for me. I mean, but if you're not addicted to food, you can intuitively eat. The problem is you get people like Anna who are intuitively eating and she's just always hungry because she's addicted to food. That was a comment on someone talking about people being able to put weight on with sugar. Is the sugar diet really a thing? Yeah, BMR is just the baseline, like if you're just going to sit there and rot. That's true. That's true, Princess Brioche. So I guess if you're just going to sit there and do nothing all day except breathe, that's fair. Height versus weight. The medical dwarfism. He's a wee little lad. Sorry. I still have fat. My friend who I talk about all the time, my best friend, for like almost our entire life, she's always been like the skinny one, like, and I mean the skinny one. And we were talking the other day, and she's like, because I've lost enough weight now, I think we're actually like roughly the same weight. And I was like, oh my God, we can share clothes now. I was very excited about that. But she's always been the skinny one of us, but she's always been what they call skinny fat. So like, even though she was like roughly the thickness of my wrist our entire life, it wasn't muscle, you know, it was just skin and bones basically. And I'm not making fun of her, but I'm just kind of pointing it out. So I know that skinny fat's a thing. Where was I? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and argue with people about the caloric intakes of things. Sugar diet will probably blow my pancreas. There is a sugar diet thing. I swear I've been seeing videos about it. Does that mean it's real? I don't know, but I've seen things on YouTube about it, and I have yet to watch any of it. Snack pack. We're still blaming Jessica Simpson. Okay. Everything is Jessica Simpson's fault. Ah, the vanilla ice cream diet. Or the tan soup. Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry. I always like, okay. I like finding people who are shorter than me because I'm usually the shortest person I know, because I'm like 5'0", right? And I guess according to Anna, I shrink during the day. So some days I'm like, what is it, 4'12"? Anyway, my point is, I'm always fascinated by people who are shorter than I am because I know how hard it is for me to function. I cannot imagine being shorter than me and trying to do things like get shit off of the shelves in the kitchen, that kind of stuff. So like, I'm always fascinated. And also the stupid Scottish accent comes from a role-playing thing I was doing earlier today. So pardons. It's for real, and you've seen people promoting it for over a decade. Jesus. It's from TikTok. Oh, okay. All you guys have to tell me these days is it's from TikTok, and I'll just be like, yep, okay, that tracks. But if all I do is order clothes online and parade about my living room, yeah. I have a collection of step ladders and reacher grabbers. I do have a reacher grabber. I have a pair of really long tongs. It's just... I hate when my boyfriend puts things on the top shelf. What was I going? Okay, I was out with a friend Saturday. Oh, and I was trying to look at his pair of pants. I was trying to look at a pair of shorts, and the size I needed. Of course, it was like the top hangers, and of course, the size I needed was in the back because I still needed the larger size. I need like a size 10 now, and so I'm up on my tiptoes. I'm up on my tiptoes, and I'm trying to do something. And my friend's like, "Do you want me to get it for you?" And I'm like, "No, I don't need a tall person to get something for me." And then like I couldn't reach it, and so they just like reached up there and grabbed it for me and didn't say anything and handed it to me. I'm like, God damn it. I hate when tall people give me things. But yeah, the step ladders and the reacher grabbers. Well, yeah, I imagine when you're getting down into the fours, there's probably not a lot of people shorter. But all right, anyway. So, how are we doing on time? Wow, it's only 7:30.
She's been plastering on her social media and YouTube because about 2 months prior to posting this whole workup with Aaron, where Anna was just so inflamed and in pain, Anna had announced that she was cleared to work out again, and she was back at it with Copilot, or now Trainwell.
I'm getting my workout routine from an app called Trainwell. It used to be called Copilot. I used them before my surgery. I love them, so it's just the easiest thing to transition back into it. I told her to give me like a beginner workout. I can't imagine it's gonna be that hard. Why should it be so hard? I mean, I gotta maintain something, right? But I'm gonna just try to keep my expectations low. I don't want this to be a defeating experience. I want to be just excited that I get to do it again. I'm so type A. I'm gonna be so mad if it's hard. I'm gonna be so mad at myself. It's okay. Part of the process. Sucking is the first step at being good at something.
So yeah, Anna is back to training, and that's great. That's more than we see from most of the girls we cover here. So you know what? Great job getting out there, Anna. However, after looking at her workout and looking at her form during those exercises, I think it gives a clue as to why perhaps her shoulder is in pain.
30 seconds of windmill.
Besides the fact that what she's doing there is absolutely not a windmill, for a windmill you want to keep your arm.
Keep in mind that Fit and Full Fat, I think she is like a personal trainer, or at least she works in fitness. She's either a personal trainer or she's that person that helps you rehabilitate after you've had surgery and stuff. Anyway, she does fitness for a living.
Overhead, and look at it to make sure that it stays up there. You then bend your side, keeping your arm up, and eventually you want to have a weight up there, but it's not necessary, especially if you're doing this.
You want the weight up there so you can stare at it in terror so it doesn't fall on your head. Therefore you keep your I see this look.
It's like as a stretch, and it's okay not to get all the way down to the ground. But for Anna, that seems to be the only thing that she's focusing on, just slamming her torso down as fast as she can to touch that hand to the ground with absolutely no regard for form. So while this would have been a good exercise for shoulder mobility,
that's I think the word I'm physiotherapist or occupational therapist, yeah. Yeah, you can lose quite a bit of weight just walking. My partner's doing that actually. He just walks. Sometimes he goes for a run. So, there's a lot to be said about just walking.
She's turned it into absolute trash. Another example is this overhead carry. Now, besides the fact that her arms are slowly falling, elbows bending, like of course that's going to make the exercise harder, but she's also got her shoulders crunched so far up to her ears for the whole...
What weight is she carrying? Can we tell? Nope, sorry, too far back. I'm just trying to see what weight she has. Sorry. Do not recommend the spicy chicken sandwich from McDonald's. Not worth it. I am the warrior, baby. Something, something, warrior. Does anybody see the weight on this? Or happen to know what the weight is because someone else has already done this? Come on, Anna. Are you seriously turning the weight away from the camera? Night Cat Whisperer. It's more than 5. Wait, kgs. Can you put that into American for me? Sorry. I think they look like they might. I don't know. Okay, look. Almost had it there. I can't get a clear shot of it. Maybe it's 20? That's what I'm thinking. Somewhere between 15 and 20. This would be like the only time I've ever seen her lift 20 pounds. Like, literally. And she can't even keep them above her head. 5 kg would be about 10. Yes, there's somewhere between 10 to 20. I want to get all my fat chopped off. What, so you can carry 20-pound weights halfway up your head? 1 kf equals, I think you mean kg equals 2.2 pounds. I like how you all are confident enough that I'm going to remember these conversions. Like, Tiny's not stupid. Tiny will remember things. I hate this clip so much. She's clearly unable to even hold those. Yeah, exactly. I have a hard time. Well, that's the thing, though. Let's pretend like these are... Oh, they aren't very thick, are they? Maybe they are only 10. I have 5-pound weights in the other room. They're bigger than my 5-pound weights. So I know they're not 5s. Do they make 12-pound weights? You spelled smirt wrong. Hive mind. Ah, shit. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta watch that movie. I gotta watch that movie. I looked up the original. Says it's 10. Oh, I knew somebody would know Sylvian Feather. Thank you. I figured somebody else has already done this. Higher than her ears for more than a minute. Exactly, Rowan. That's the problem. I believe 10. I knew it was bigger than a 5. I believe 10. We will yell it out you next. Yeah. What was it? Surf bikini shop or no. Shoot. I have it written down, don't worry. I mean, I haven't been to the gym. I haven't been to the gym in a while. So I can't say that I would have an easy time carrying 2 20-pound weights above my head for very long. But I mean, she's just walking back and forth across this gym. I don't know. My gym's much longer than this. So now I kind of want to go see if I can do it. Yeah, see, that was the theory my math teacher had too, Rowan. But that didn't work. Super Anna Sleuths online here. The Olympian, yes, the Olympian. Malibu Surf Shop, that's what it was, Hannah. Thank you. See, I'll remember that. But yeah, no, she can't even keep her arms up. Like, did she even start off with her arms up? Windmill of Doom. All right, hang on. We're going to back it up again.
She's turned it into absolute trash. Another example is this overhead carry.
All right, so she kind of starts off with her arms. What, at a 120 degree angle? Is that 45 degrees? That's 90. Is that 45? Did I weigh as much as a duck? They put this on me. Was this before or after the home gym? I don't remember where the home gym falls into the timeline anymore. Yeah, no, we settled on 10 pounds, Brioche. So she starts off with her arms up. I think these are sped up, though. I think when I think when Fit and Full Fat put these in her video, I think she sped them up slightly. So, and then I have this sped up as well. So if we're going to like count, it's not going to be accurate. But
now, besides the fact that her arms are slowly falling,
she can't even make it past the TV with her arms upright.
Elbows bending. Like, of course that's going to...
And then returning, her arms are kind of at a 90-degree angle, but they're like here. It's like she's resting her arms. It's like she's resting her hands around her shoulder. Pugsworth. We've lost 4 Pugsworth since the start. Hey, good job. That's more than me. I've lost a Pugsworth and some change. Trying to do the math on that one. A Pugsworth and roughly a half? Home gym was before the surgeries. The trampoline's after the surgeries. I think she does cover the trampoline. That if she has EDS? ELS? Ellis Daniels, EDS. Yeah, she shouldn't be using the trampoline, apparently.
Going to make the exercise harder. But she's also got her shoulders crunched so far up to her ears for the whole exercise.
But that's how she does everything, though. She always does this whenever she's doing any kind of exercise. She always, like, this is the first thing she does is she, like, turtles up. Like, she's protecting her neck. Ugh. And that kind of hurt. Native Irish Catholic. If you cannot be yelled into submission. You guys are cracking me up over here. Well, divided by 15. I must know. I love how we're measuring everything in pugs over here now.
It's no surprise that this is going to leave her with some
and then she starts doing this shit.
Tension in the shoulders after doing this for God knows how long.
That's not even an exercise. That's just the route to injury.
The song was giving, so I started doing this. It was a bad idea. I'm not there yet.
And in this last example, first off, this is just a bad exercise. You know, it's not good for...
I love listening to all the different fitness people just rip her form apart. And when they get to this one, like, every one of them seems to agree. It doesn't matter who it is. The nicest people on earth look at this one and they're like, what is this? Why are we doing this? So...
for biceps, and it's also not great for your triceps. There's just better options for
Freya,
each.
you're
But
funny.
again, just take a look at her shoulders here. Rounding...
What is she doing? I never noticed that she, like, swings them in. She, like, puts them out, and then she swings them in. It's like, what is she doing? It's like she's doing a breaststroke.
Forward and likely to cause her pain. And this is partially because this is just, like, a bad exercise, but also her whole biomechanics are just, like, now.
What? Where is she learning to do these exercises? That's what I want to know. Surely to God, even though she's using an app, surely they have some kind of video that's like demonstrating the proper form.
I don't mean to be rude here, but her obesity has a real effect on how her body can move, regardless of the whole lipedema argument. As you gain weight and reach later stages of obesity, it's just...
Yeah, you got it, Barbara. That's it. Eleni. Well, here's the thing. It's Eleni, right? She has to use weights because she has to prove to us that she's a strong girl. And she can't prove how strong she is if she's not using weights. So, there you have it.
The extra mass on your body that's going to prevent you from moving in correct form for a lot of these exercises. Just look at this diagram here. As you get
slim, stout, obese. What's going on? The alteration in degree of axis rotation medially of the free upper limb in the transition to overweight to obese. What?
larger and larger, the shoulders just naturally begin to roll more forward and more inward to the point where the whole arm is rotated backwards with the palms facing behind you. And I don't think Anna is quite there yet, but this just goes to show that for somebody with obesity or severe morbid obesity, you need a trainer also specialized in obesity so that they can give you the right movements and the right cues, knowing that your body is different from the typical person and is going to need extra care and attention. And I just don't think that Trainwell can be doing that for Anna, given what she looks like during these workouts. Because if Anna did have a proper trainer, they would help her understand that pain, not just muscle soreness, but like actual pain, is never a good thing when you're working out. And I think that Anna really needs some education on that matter, because I don't think she understands the difference between
the face that she makes doing this.
Between a good pain and a bad pain.
I mean, one movement.
I like watching her feet rock when she does her little squats there too.
My lower back. is sore. And I guess I forgot what it feels like when you first start working out.
I do weighted, now granted mine are done on the machine because I like the machine. And it also kind of forces you to have good form. I've never had back pain doing a weighted squat on any of those machines. You know, the ones where you like push away or you do like this squat. I do quite a bit of weight on those. I'm not bragging because I know that like the plates are completely different than doing like an actual like bar and stuff like that. I don't understand why, but I know that they are. But either way, my point is, like, I do more than 20 pounds. And I've never had a sore back doing those. So. Jesse B. I'm just saying. And now I'm really sad that I haven't gone to the gym in a really long time, so. The face of a woman who's holding in a shirt. Yes, it is. Gonna get on a horse and my phone is almost out of battery. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Horse and Rider. Go ride that horse. Touch grass. It's way more important than this. It's true, Anna loves to kick her leg up to prove how fit she is. Yeah, exactly. Hold that leg up. Yeah, exactly.
Anna is really going to injure herself here, but at least she'll get that photo for her Instagram post showing her progress so far. Like, yes, Anna.
I mean, I guess. What is she doing?
Your ass is half an inch lower after more than a year of training. Great job. And also thanks for confirming that you are in fact the same size, even with the compression gear. All that being said, one thing that Anna did that I actually think was a really good thing was her warm-up to her warm-up. Walking. This is the absolute best thing that you can do for yourself if you need to lose weight. Walking or even swimming if you have access to that. But just as moderate intensity walking is great for someone like Anna.
And then she falls off the fucking walking thing.
Holy fuck, that made me nervous. Did you see that?
Yeah, I know. I reacted the same way when I saw it the first time too.
But of course Anna can't stop there. She's a runner.
I got some new running shoes because today I'm gonna run for the first time since surgery.
Are you though? Are you though? You guys over here.
So the goal is just to see how far I can go. And I got new shoes because my gait has changed.
This is less than a year after that whole 5K run journey where she walked out of the place with a whole buttload of new shoes. You cannot convince me that her stride has changed that much that she needed a new pair of shoes after only a year. 3 months of that, she admitted that she hasn't been doing anything.
I guess I'm back in my fitness girl era, and let me know if you guys want to see more workouts in the future. I just wanted to share this one because it really was a big one for me to come back to working out after 3 months of literally doing nothing. So
I know that this is a very minor point, but it just irked me, to see her buying even more shoes to just prove she's a runner. But whatever, maybe she's just burning through her runners faster than the typical person.
Well, the thing about Anna is I don't think it's entirely Anna's weight, because back when she was running with Run Lab, when she was working with Run Lab, let me put it that way, they told her that she doesn't bend her legs when she walks. So she doesn't walk correctly to begin with. And that's what they told her then. So what they were trying to do with her when she was learning to run her 5K was they were actually teaching her how to bend her leg and how to take a full ass step. And so there's something about the way Anna walks. I don't think it necessarily has to do with her actual weight. I think she's just afraid of putting all of her weight, because if you walk like a normal person, there is a point where you have all of your weight on one leg. And I think she's afraid to do that. And so she walks funny because she never has that moment where all of her weight's on one leg, or when she does, it's very brief so that she just shifts her weight. And Amber does it too, but I think that's because Amber's gotten to the point where she can't bend her legs anymore. Anna can, she just doesn't, because I think she's afraid she can't support her own weight on one leg. So I personally think that's why she walks funny and why she doesn't bend her joints properly when she walks. And she's had professionals tell her this, so this is not me making shit up. The reason that she doesn't bend her full leg when she walks, I think, is because she's just in her head got it that she can't because of her size or something. She could have done that. Anna's not going to use a walker. She's not going to use a cane. She's not going to use any kind of walking stability device. And Anna will be bedbound before she uses a walking device. She's just too goddamn proud for that. Yeah, McAnime, but Anna doesn't do that. Anna doesn't do that. And she bought like 4 pairs of shoes, so she's fine. Only Quicksilver goes to leather jackets. That's funny. Amber walked-ish. Amber waddled okay. I don't even know if Amber really waddles okay anymore. And Anna's getting to the waddling point. Like for legit, she's getting to a legit waddle now. I mean, I know I used to make fun of her doing this, but like she's legit waddling. So.
Because she does way more, so I guess it's possible that she's just putting them through more force and friction and wearing them down faster than expected. But aside from the extra stress that her weight is putting on her shoes, goddamn her knees. Do we need to talk about this anymore? We know that for somebody of her size with admitted knee problems,
that's really sped up, by the way.
Did I run? Yes. Did I run at a good pace? Also, yes. Did I feel so?
Is she breathing like someone who just went running at a good pace? I don't run. I'm easily half, if not a third her size. If my ass ran for 20 feet, you would know. Just letting you know.
Sore way earlier than I used to feel? Yes. So, you know what? Progress over perfection. Not gonna let this be a loss. This is not a loss. This is the beginning of a win.
Like, we've been over this. Running and jumping is just dangerous at her size. I don't know why she's putting herself through this. Oh yeah, because she's a runner. Oh, and the jumping. She also got herself a rebounder, and I thought this was going to be like her whole personality for a minute there. She even said as much, but nope, this was like the first and last mention of this thing. Honestly, probably a good thing, because I can't be sure whether or not she's exceeding the weight limits on this, but in some of those videos, she looks pretty close to bottoming out. And even though this little trampoline had a handlebar, she didn't seem to like to use it very often. A fall at that size can be extremely dangerous. So I don't know why somebody in her position would choose to do this. In reality, this trampoline or rebounder thing is really just a gimmicky device sold as a way to treat lipedema. This as...
Did she get passed by a guy pushing a stroller? Did she? Oops, wrong one. Where?
You know what? Progress over perfection. Not gonna let this be a loss. This is not a loss. This is the beginning of a win.
Like, we've been over this. Running and jumping is just dangerous at her size. I don't know why she's putting herself through this. Oh yeah, because she's a runner. Oh, and
oh, you mean at the 5K? Yeah, she did get passed by a guy pushing a stroller. Yes. Oops.
She didn't seem to like to use it very often. A fall at that size can be extremely dangerous. So I don't know why somebody in her position would choose to do this. In reality, this trampoline or rebounder thing is really just a gimmicky device sold as a way to treat lipedema. This, as well as this vibrator plate that Anna got for herself. She just stands on it and it shakes, and somehow that is supposed to help with the lipedema.
Okay, vibrational plates. All right, I was skeptical too. But apparently the vibrational plates do something, and a lot of the women who have lipedema and have also lost significant weight, a lot of them use the vibrational plates. I don't exactly understand it, But even at my gym, there's the red light pod, and inside the red light pod, there's a vibrational plate, and you stand on it for like 12 minutes and it just shimmies, and you just stand there and shimmy. It's weird. Yes, I've tried it. It's bizarre. It's kind of fun. And you get the red light therapy thing. So I don't know how everybody feels about the red light thing. I don't know. But it's nice. It's warm. It's like a warm hug where you're like standing on top of a very manageable earthquake for about 12 minutes. But apparently there is something to it. I don't know what. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but apparently it does help with the swelling and the fluid in the legs. But remember, Anna doesn't have lymphedema, so I don't know what it's doing for her. But I mean, it works for people who don't even have lymphedema, so it does something with the swelling of the legs and the stuff. Okay, my balance isn't too bad, so maybe it helps with balance. You're a little late, Wauma, but not too much. I mean, it's only 2.5 hours in. What time is it? Shoot. We're only going to be on for another maybe hour-ish. I even have a bedroll because I got tired of rolling out of bed. Oh, yeah. I had to build up the side of my bed because I roll out of it. Fire Rabbit, you never noticed a difference when you did it? It's basically just supposed to shake your lymphatic system around. I don't know, because like Colin talked about it in one of the videos he's done, and he was even saying that like there's a thing, but I don't get it. So nah, it's fine, Mama. Just jump in now and don't worry about it. It's called a live for a reason, because we're live. We're living the moment. Yeah, she still needs to bend her knees. I mean, even if her thighs are so big that her legs can't come together, she should still be able to bend her freaking knees and roll through her ankle. That's the other part of it. She doesn't roll through her ankle when she walks. Like, there's nothing stopping her from doing that. As big as she is, well, I guess until recently, as big as she was, her joints work. She's not locked up in any of her joints. Anna is very fortunate, A, to be 40 in the shape that she, you know, as big as she is, and B, to have as much movement as she does. Yay, get groceries. I gotta get groceries. I gotta get stuff for my mama. She's going to visit. So, it's alive, exactly. I don't know about modern day Anna. So, I don't know how well her joints work these days. Yeah, no, Fire Rabbit, I'm with you there. The way she walks and stands on the outside of her feet does make me nervous. A step stool and a grabber. Well, there you go. Cute and obviously K-Stock. I mean, maybe he's not. Maybe he swings both ways. Just saying. Sometimes they play both sides of the field. Oh, man, I feel that, Freya. You're making Kim jealous over here. I need a stock boy. Nope, that's not what I want. Yeah, I did the wrong button. There we go. All right, cool. Onward.
I don't know. I don't buy it. Seems like a lot of effort and money to avoid just eating less. Okay, so I may not agree with Anna's training methods, but in reality, aside from the outright dangerous stuff, any form of exercise is good, and more than what most Americans are getting. In my opinion, you should use exercise primarily for enjoyment and secondarily for strength. And aesthetics is just a nice side effect. But for weight loss, diet is always going to be key. So if you like running, you're a psychopath, first of all, but if you like it, do
Yeah, you are.
that. But if you don't like running, no worries, you don't have to run. There's cycling and swimming and martial arts and all these other sort of sports like soccer and tennis that you can try. And all these other things that are fun and actually good for your stamina. I personally am looking forward to spring to get back onto my aerial hoop without freezing my ass off. That's my exercise.
Okay, sure, show off. Whatever. Whatever. Sure, whatever.
I like it, and to supplement, I also lift weights. But I'm not going to run. I got a little heart and I've got asthma, and I just don't like it. But Anna, the brave warrior that she is, she's got asthma too, but she's pushing through it.
First off, even runners don't run like that. Unless they're like sprinting that last stretch of their run because they're done. Okay, none of the runners I've ever seen run like that.
Whatever, Anna, this whole crying for attention and pity is just bothersome at this point. Now, I know that a lot of people see videos like mine and think that I'm just being mean to Anna.
Oh no, fire
That's part
rabbit.
of it. But also, I just don't like people who lie. And to me, Anna lies a lot. And she's influencing a lot of people to follow a similar liposuction path as she has gone through. And from what I've seen, liposuction is not the way to go for somebody with obesity or...
You go, Ruby Sky. You don't let time slow you down. Hey, we all have a different schedule, you know. I want one of those running, walking doodads. But it's not motorized. It's just the rollers. So like you just power it yourself. Because I feel like that would actually be kind of nice, because then you can just kind of like set your own pace. You don't have to keep pushing buttons. That's what I want. I know they exist. I've seen them on the Physical 100. I know they exist.
Or in her case, severe morbid obesity. It's just not smart and even detrimental. And that's not just my opinion.
Like
so before we close off this chapter, I want to read a brief excerpt from the International Lipedema Association. As always, when things change, there is resistance, and even experts in the field of lymphology are challenging the paradigm shift consensus. It is difficult to accept that the established doctrines of many decades are suddenly proven to be wrong, and people find it painful to question their beliefs and position. It is also associated with a fear of loss, a loss of acquired expertise, a loss of familiar certitude, a loss of control. Patients who have lipedema face a different concern when confronted with this change in the perspective of their disease. At a time when patients are stigmatized and discriminated against because of being overweight or because of the shape of their legs, it is easier for them to believe that a medical condition is responsible for all past adversity. Instead, however, it would be more helpful for them to better understand the complex background of lipedema. Understandably, it is easier to believe in the accumulation of fluid in the body and receive MLD sessions rather than undertake regular, enforced physical activity under compression. It is also easier to think of liposuction as a solution than to deal with psychological vulnerability or problems of self-acceptance. Nonetheless, with patient education and motivation, they can change their way of thinking from the passive attitude of being a victim to adopting an active, positive, and self-aware approach to lipedema, and therefore themselves.
Running with a bottle of rum. There used to be a group, I'm sure they're all over the place, but there used to be a group on my college campus that was called, I forget. Bar Runners or something like that. Anyway, their tagline was, we're drinkers with a running problem. I thought it was cute. I don't drink, so I also don't run. But I just thought it was cute. They would like basically meet up and run, and then they'd end up at a bar. Anyway. Mammy Bell says, I believe the conspiracy that she's not actually running or walking as long as she claims, and that most of the videos are... Yeah, no, I 100% believe that one. And I don't know why she's shocked that people think that. I would love a Stairmaster. Would have one. You could get the little like stair steppers and just keep doing the up down thing, I guess. I don't know. I'm helping. You got the mini stepper with the resistance bands for Mother's Day. Well, I'm glad those work. I'm always worried that those things will just, break. Come back. Oh, yeah, my partner's enjoying the weather, too. He's biking to and from work these days now, which makes me very nervous. She doesn't need the rum calories. You run to the pub. Yeah, no, they were like a jogging club. They would run, like runners run in a club, I guess, and then they would end at a pub or a bar, and then they drink afterwards. But you can't with MS. I mean, you do what you can do, Right, exactly, Princess Brioche. Jack Quince. I don't know, man. He's been with her forever. I don't think... Fuck, what is his name? John. I don't think John's ever gonna quit. Got a twist mini suburb, but it squeaks so bad. Ouch. That was my ear. Stop it. Nope. And runs to and from work when the weather's nice. I mean, I think people who run are weird, so... Where are my words gone? It's okay, I don't have words anyway. That's kind of cool, though. I don't mind it when the running... I mean, I get that, like, it's a social kind of a thing for some people, the running. I mean, any group is, honestly. So, I'm thinking about joining a hiking group. Thinking about it, you know, at some point in the future. Kind of like how I'm thinking about doing CrossFit. Thinking about it. It's in my thought processes. Alright, it's 8:11. Hang on. Gotta answer messages. No, that's not right. You WD-40 your stepper. The army told you so. John's willingness to break free. I think he gets paid really well. That's what I think. Pardon me. I mean, let's find something that isn't this to like... Was there something I was gonna watch? Oh, let's see. That's 14 minutes. This might actually... This is from 2 days ago. So this is 14 minutes. This is Weird Wicked Wednesday. Amp it up a little. I've just started watching Weird Wicked Wednesday. But... Alright. This one is talking about... Somebody asked me last time I was live to look at this girl. This woman, sorry. She's a woman. Who has already lost all of the weight. Not naturally, but she apparently does have lipedema in her legs. Again, I believe lipedema is a thing. But she's working with Amron, and he has apparently convinced her to have lipo on her calves and ankles. And so she is preparing, or maybe has already had it done, the surgery that Anna has had on her calves and ankles. So fingers crossed, I guess.
I have a disease called lipedema. If you are unfamiliar with lipedema, it is a hormone. I have a disease called lipedema. If you are unfamiliar with lipedema, it is a hormonal condition that causes fat to grow disproportionately, specifically in the legs and arms. It is now seen as a connective tissue disorder, which can cause fat to grow.
I'm pretty sure the connective tissue disorder thing is only in the United States. Hey, Dolce de Corgi, I don't think anybody outside the States sees it that way, but I could be wrong. I wonder if people who enjoy running have differences in their body count. I mean, probably it might be, but it might be something that like you get because you run, you know? Yeah, the runner's high thing. Yeah, that might be a thing. Amber's dangling tooth. We'll be going over that later if you come to the Discord. Join the Discord. We have digital cookies.
Fibrotic and make it resistant to diet and exercise.
The abnormal buildup of adipose tissue or fat in the legs and arms, and it's special because this fat is not burnable by the body, which means diet and exercise won't have any effect on it.
This woman literally lost all of her weight naturally.
I am getting my first lipedema specific surgery this month with Dr. Aria and the Advanced Lipedema Treatment Program at the Roxbury Institute. We are treating the lipedema in my calves and ankles. I never show my calves.
I mean, all right, so this is her calves. These are her calves and ankles. And again, this lady has lost a significant amount of weight. We kind of went over her last time I went live, if any of you were here and remember. So words and stuff. so she was significantly larger at a point. So this, what's left on her legs and thighs is probably where Anna thinks she is, right? This is the stubborn fat that is not coming off. So she's at the point where the international standards would start considering liposuction, right? For cosmetic purposes. And that's where she's at now. So corgis are just cute in general. There's like a whole bunch of corgis in my neighborhood. I don't know why, but they'll all go walking sometimes and it's just like a little corgi parade. Dolce di short dog. Oh, that's what corgi means in Welsh. Yay! I learned a Welsh word today. Oh, hello, Jessica. Yay! Welcome to the live. The lurve? Welcome to the lurve. And chased by a lot of predators. You went to outer space? How was space? Did you hold up a flower while you were in outer space and go... Corgis and Pomeranians are two dogs who are way smarter than they have. Pomeranians are amazing, and I want to get one for my cat. He needs a buddy.
Because of how big they are, and so this is due to the lipedema. I was diagnosed with stage 3 lipedema. I do have, like, it's loose from my weight loss, my calves.
That's the other thing, like, she has a lot of loose skin. So how much of this stuff on her calves is actually loose skin? Which I could also understand wanting to get surgery for, to have that removed, right? I get wanting to have loose skin removed, especially after you've had you've had that weight loss for a longer period of time. Like I get wanting to that final hurdle, you know? So maybe like that's really what's happening here. I don't know.
Did used to be bigger before I started losing weight. But there is also a lot of lipedema fat left in here. At some point...
I don't know, though. I mean, I just watched her pull that skin up, and it kind of looked like a normal calf to me once you get the loose skin out of the way. I've seen a papillion, and they're pretty cute. The Pomskis, oh my god, I would have a Pomski. Do you know how much they cost? They're stupid expensive, but they are so cool looking.
In my weight loss journey,
I don't know how I feel about like what do they call those boutique dogs. They're like, on the one hand they do look cool as fuck, and on the other hand, like, I don't know how I feel about that.
I just stopped losing weight in the lower half of my body, and it continued in the upper half of my body.
So I have lost about 100 pounds, and in January I stopped losing weight.
I do have it everywhere, however, it is primarily in my hips.
Designer
and
dogs, yeah.
Calves. The way that they treat lipedema is through power-assisted liposuction. It is lymph-sparing liposuction. They go in and break up the fibrotic tissue and also remove a lot of the lipedema fat. So that is the surgery that I have coming up that I'm very excited about. I'm very thankful that I don't experience the pains that the majority of people who have lipedema.
Then do you actually have lipedema? I get wanting to have the loose skin removed. Like, I'm here for that. I really am. But, like, how about just getting the loose skin removed and then seeing if you still have lipedema fat? You don't have any pain. And that's another thing that the international standards talk about is if there's no pain, they won't recommend this. They won't recommend the lipo because there's no pain. And then they're like, well, it's purely cosmetic at that point because there's no pain associated with it. So why are you getting it done? So, yeah. So, but I get wanting to get the loose skin off. I really do. I get that part. So definitely go and get the loose skin done. But a pug beagle mix. That's funny. God, that's a hell of a dog, I bet.
Experience on a daily basis,
and it feels for me like a giant bruise.
It's really easy. It's pretty easy to tell the lipedema from the skin, but mainly based on feel. Does it hurt? Does the lipedema hurt though, Jessica?
Always cry. And that is part of the reason why I want to have these surgeries, because I want to get it treated and manage it with a healthy diet and regular exercise.
Diet and exercise won't have any effect on it.
So that I don't have to live a life experiencing pain with lipedema. So I'm very
But you just said you don't have pain. So
excited to move forward with the surgery when I'm getting the loose skin removed on my arms. With Dr. Mashraki, Dr. Arya will be treating the lipedema in.
I don't know if you want to have Mashraki do that after seeing Anna's arms. I don't know about that. I've seen Mashrafi's work. I don't know.
My calves.
So when people talk about surgery for it, it's not for aesthetics. It's about quality of life.
I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to have your loose skin taken off, especially after you've busted your ass to lose that amount of weight and you've kept it off. You know, I think you need to like prove to yourself that you're going to keep it off, because otherwise, you know, what are you really doing? But so I don't think there's a problem with that. I know some people are like adamantly against it for whatever reason, but if that's what you want to do, because that's like your reward at the end of the day, then go for it. But I don't know. I just, when she was pulling on her skin there, her calf looked normal to me. So, but that's me. I'm not a doctor. What did we say about fibbing? It makes Anna money. Anna makes money when she fibs. I only find it painful if I run into something or if I ignore my diet and it swell up to the point that it's uncomfortable. But once I learn that I keep it under control with diet and compression. That's interesting. And mobility exercises. Okay. All right. So all of the things Anna doesn't do. So let me get this straight, Jessica. You go to Starbucks, you get a venti sugar-loaded coffee with extra dairy, and you drink that all day, no water, unless it's full of electrolytes, and you eat the most sodium-filled food you can find for dinner. That's how you do it, and then you don't move at all day, right? That's how you treat it. Sorry, I'm being sarcastic. Being a bitch.
We can be weird.
Weird.
Weird. Weird. That is so weird. People are so weird. Like, you're weird. That's weird. You're weird.
Talk about weird.
Are we weird?
Talk about weird.
Hey, what's up?
Okay.
Welcome back to my channel. It is me again, Wicked.
This is what the woman at the very beginning who was talking about getting her calves done. This is what she looked like before she started losing all of her weight. Now, don't get me wrong. I think she's very pretty. So that's not a huge deal, but she's obviously significantly larger than she is today, right?
Weird Wednesday, and this
lots of glizzies. All the glizzies that you wolf down in 2 bites.
is Leah Hope Health. She is a lovely gem that graced my algorithm the other day. I was just going through her YouTube page. She has just a small amount of shorts, and
that's funny.
She is a patient of the Roxbury Institute and has lost over 200 pounds. And I did notice that her and Anna post.
She didn't lose that weight with the Roxbury Institute, though. Let's be very clear about that.
A lot of similar content, and so I thought it would be a fun little experiment to do a little comparison.
And look at her legs compared to Anna's legs. See, I do see similarities in her upper leg, and I think if we could get like a thigh, like a full-on thigh shot, I think we could see the difference. But this woman doesn't parade around in bikinis all day long, so.
You will definitely notice some comparisons between the two. They both go to the Roxbury Institute.
Yeah, okay, hang on. Nah, too far.
You will definitely notice.
Sorry, this is going to annoy people. Hang on, plug yours.
Notice some comparisons between the two.
There was one of her in front of a mirror. There we go. So, all right, that's as good as it's going to get. I do see the similarity in the upper leg and the thigh. Excuse me. I do see the similarity there between Anna and her. Because I do think Anna does have lipedema. I have always said that in her thigh and her hips. But I don't see it anywhere else. Again, not a doctor. Just going off of the things that are on the internet to compare it to. So it doesn't feel like muscle soreness, and my muscles do tend to get sore easily and tense. But keeping hydrated helps. Like if I squeeze or push on it, it hurts, but not just from existing. And it does bruise easily. Okay. I've never seen Anna bruise. Easily or otherwise. She's not like Amber, who constantly has some kind of like bruise or hickey on her.
They both have lipedema.
Nose.
They're both on a health journey, are focusing on gaining health and ability over weight loss. However,
I don't care. I'm not eating avocado toast. I don't like avocados. It's not happening. I don't even get Dunkin' cream with cream. Dunkin' coffee with cream. How do you drink Dunkin' coffee? Like, how the fuck do you drink Dunkin' coffee? I don't get it. Black coffee with Splenda. I'm getting to the point where I can drink coffee with just cream in it. Or milk. Or 6-month-old cat scratches, right?
However, I think that Leah's entire approach and attitude towards the whole process is just brighter, cheerier, more positive. And I'm not talking about toxic positivity. She just seems...
Look at you, just watching her melt. Look at her. Look at her collarbones popping out there. Ugh. Dunkin' coffee. The world does not run on Dunkin'. Dunkin' coffee and Starbucks coffee. Ugh.
Like a way more genuine person. You know, her smiles.
Oh my God, she's drinking Starbucks. I can't read. I'm sorry, I can't read that.
Come through her eyes, and you know, when she shows emotion, it seems genuine.
Wait, did she do the exact same? Okay, hang on. Now I'm challenged. I hate that post of Anna's, by the way. If I talk to my past self like that, I understand why my past self didn't show up. Oh my fucking God. You've got to be kidding me. Where's me magnifying glass? Somebody fetch me my readers. I met my younger self for coffee today. Anna stole this from this woman. Or maybe it was a TikTok trend. I honestly can't read much of this. She arrived 15 minutes early and waited in the car until she saw me something. I arrived 5 minutes early and grabbed us a table. She ordered a caramel macchiato with something caramel. I ordered a matcha latte with oat milk. We all know how I feel about oat milk. She was dressed in a loose top and oversized... I can't read. This is killing my eyes. I wore an outfit that showed off my waist. Something she asked if... I jumped a bit. She asked if losing weight fixed all my insecurities. I told her not quite. But now I have the confidence to show up even with insecurities. Okay, this one's going to make me cry. She asked if I had someone special in my life. I told her there are two special someones. Being an aunt to them is my favorite thing. To be... No, I can't. Can I? How do you zoom in? Jacqueline Aiden did this trend too. Okay, look, the point is this one's much nicer. Yeah, the point was to show compassion to your former self, but Anna just seemed pissed off at her. It's like Anna's former self didn't even show up. And Anna was just pissy about it the whole time. So, okay. I'm not going to say Anna stole it from her. I just think it's interesting that the both of them did it. But then again, if they're both on TikTok and it's a trend, then it makes sense that they both would have done it. But so you're not missing anything if you've never been to Dunkin'. On your phone, it just spins the screen. Yeah, I can try to do the control thing, but it doesn't zoom. It won't zoom this in. It'll just zoom all of the textile in. And now my eyes hurt. I don't think Duncan makes it all the way across the country. Anna, well, that's a good point. Anna can't show her present self-compassion, so.
Shows emotion, it seems genuine, and I just found her all around.
See how pissy she looks?
Likeable and sweet, and I find her journey very inspiring.
And then she just gives up on her former self. Bitch, there's a reason your former self didn't show up. Your former self lost over 100 pounds and was having a good time of it. You gave up. Hey, Renata! You made it! I'm actually wrapping up after this.
I did it. I hiked a mile.
Aww.
I did not know I was gonna cry.
This woman just hiked a mile. Do we all remember when Anna ran a mile?
Red face and sweaty and crying. But I did it. I am back in the same spot that I was in exactly 2 years ago, and it has taken significantly less energy and effort for me to get to this spot. And so my encouragement to you...
Even her former self finds her insufferable. Probably.
...is to give yourself 2 years. 2 years of patience and consistency and grace and effort to change your lifestyle, to go after the healthier version of you that you are dreaming of, that you are wanting. Can you give yourself 2 years? Because it will be worth it.
Okay, I had to take the music out of this because it was copyright, but this is Anna talking about wanting to climb Cocoa Head, and that was the entire reason she wanted to get surgery. So I just find it very interesting that Leah is getting surgery because she had a 200-pound weight loss success, and Anna is getting surgery because she could not do a hike.
The surgery's not going to help you do this fucking hike, Anna. First off, you don't have the endurance for it. I mean, this... Okay. For some of you who can't see, because again, this is small for y'all, this is vertical. Okay? This is vertical. This just goes up. It's just straight up. This is a challenging climb. Period. Like, there's a reason there's a trolley track here. Right? I was just saying, this is not a beginner friendly climb. I would hurt. This would hurt me a lot. Well, we're not leaving yet. We're gonna watch this and then we're gonna take off.
I just feel like one of the main things that I noticed...
freaking love this outfit, by the way. I want this skirt, and I would wear the bejeebus out of this skirt because I need another skirt in my wardrobe.
Throughout all of these trends, they're not on TikTok, they're on YouTube, but I feel like they're TikTok trends. But Leah shows actual progress and success, whereas, you know, with Anna, we've all been...
Remember, this is Anna's loose skin.
Asking, where, Anna? Weight loss where? Progress where? Loose skin where? I do think Anna did lose some weight. I do think she lost maybe 80 pounds on the Wegovy, but I don't think that she lost any more than that. I don't think she lost 100 pounds. But she did lose some weight. I will give her that. She did have some progress.
Ooh, starfruit.
So here we are comparing the Hawaii food, and Leah shows a lot of what I eat in a day, and her food always looks really delicious. She eats a wide variety of food, a lot of fun food. She seems very like 80-20, and I feel like she probably doesn't get any crap for it because she is proving that she is balancing. She's doing the thing. Look at her. You can't deny that she's not being successful and balanced, and if you look at all the food, it is very balanced.
Can we also talk about how her food looks like more like authentic-y? Like,
It's beautiful. It looks delicious.
Compared to the stuff we watched Anna eat when she was there, and it was just very... I mean, I'm sure it's authentic, but it was all very, like, touristy, very a high hotel, that's not the word, high restaurant food, you know?
And Anna didn't do a short, but I clipped together some of the food from Hawaii, which was all delicious looking. Anna's food looked gorgeous too, but I feel like Anna gets crap because we see her eating all the beautiful food, but we don't see much progress. And so I think it just leads us asking why.
What I eat in a day from someone who has lost over 200 pounds and is currently recovering from my first loose skin removal surgery. My first water of the day has my adrenal cocktail and electrolytes.
So she's had skin removal before.
For breakfast, I had this egg, cheese, and veggie quiche with some sriracha and grapes. Then I had a protein shake with Clean Simple Eats protein powder and milk, more water with electrolytes. Lunch was homemade bone broth soup with zucchini, squash, potatoes, and chicken. And then, of course, more water with my Jigsaw Health electrolytes. I ate about a third.
Now, this woman that we're watching right now, she does have like her own supplement. I mean, all right, she advertises supplements and stuff like that. She's got a whole website and stuff. We looked at it last week when we went there too. So, I mean, I don't mind doing touristy things. It's just, I don't know. I hate this TikTok trend. The what I ate in a days or the visiting your past self one. Those is her doc. I know.
Third of this pint of ice cream, and for dinner I made a sandwich with royal bread, turkey, ham, cheese, avocado, banana peppers, and some mayo.
What is it with you people, the goddamn avocados and your freaking oat milk
and mustard, and then yes, of course, more electrolytes. And then I finished the day with this Built protein bar. My focus is on adequate protein, hydration, and whole foods, with some foods that aren't whole because, you know, balance.
Hi, my name's Anna. I have a condition called lipedema, and I have a lot of questions about what I eat post-surgery, so let's do a what I eat in a day video. So one of the things they get on you about, like, literally right away is hydration. So I drink Liquid IV sugar-free pretty much in every, like, jug of water I drink. We gotta stay over tripod now. This is what I'm having for breakfast. This ratio protein, 25 grams. New brand for me, never tried it before. I'm also having the Simple Mills almond flour banana bread. This ratio one's actually really freaking good. A little mid-morning snack. I'm having these little hummus pizzas for lunch. I'm literally like obsessed with these. I'm also having this Go-Go Active. It has electrolytes in it, so that's on top of the water. I'm also drinking at lunch. After snack, I'm having Catalina Crunch. The cereals they make, disgusting. But the snack mix, shh, next level. So this is my dinner. It's a huge ass salad. It's got chicken. So somebody is trying to get some. At least somebody's trying to get some. In the summer, there's like literally nothing better than a huge ass salad. Last but not least, I'm eating this pumpkin spice, I guess like frozen yogurt I made with my ninja creamy. I don't want to hear any commentary about how it's not a summer treat. Pumpkin spice is not for summer. Now it is.
You get a pass then, those of you who have a soy allergy. You get a pass. The rest of y'all.
Oh, but plus the pumpkin helps you poop, which is like a challenge after surgery, so yay! I'm obviously not eating at a calorie deficit, which you should not do post-surgery. You need to heal, and it's not the time to focus on losing weight. It's the time to focus on nourishing your body and helping it heal.
So I feel like both of their diet and food looked great post-surgery. But, you know, it's the way Anna presents it is a little bit more negative. And here we are in New York, and of course, Leah ate a bagel that looked lovely. Lots of delicious food. You know, this makes me hungry.
I can eat a whole ass bowl of edamame on my own.
She just seems very genuine. She posts a lot of videos with friends. She posts a lot of videos going places and stuff. So it is very much like Anna. I feel like her and Anna have a lot of similarities. And I think Anna's a beautiful, lovely woman too. You know, I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to use Leah as a catalyst to like make fun of Anna. I just think that, you know,
I don't think anybody's I'm not taking this as, because okay, Weird Wicked Wednesday does weird things. I'm not taking this as making fun of Anna at all. I think this has been a very fair comparison back and forth between the two of them. At least that's how I don't think she's made fun of her at all. I've made fun of her. I don't drink milk, but I love cheese. That's kind of where I'm at. Had oat milk phase when I was breastfeeding. Yes, soy milk is the best. Hands down. I don't like almond milk at all. It just tastes weird. And I don't like it in my milk. I don't like it in my tea or my coffee. So.
You know, the success story is much different.
Whoa! I mean, it tastes like cotton candy. Well. What a way to end this video! I walked 2 damn miles.
Team oat milk.
In pain for a bagel.
I think the main takeaway here is that they seem to be living parallel stories, but Leah is showcasing her success, where Anna keeps coming from a place of, I'm about to do this. Just wait. I'm about to do this. This girl is getting there. She's doing it. And it's, you know, we want to see it. We want to see the progress, you know. What do they say? Actions speak louder than words. Why did that take me so much to come?
Don't get me wrong. I love milk. Like actual real milk. Love milk. I just can't have it anymore. Yeah, exactly. Cow milk and I don't get along. My arthritis is not a fan.
Up with, but yeah, totally. Actions speak louder than words. And look, you know, Leah, she went through the actions. She got the results.
I think there's an argument that these aren't even the same genes.
And after she lost over 200 pounds, then she actually was diagnosed with lipedema and started working with the Roxbury Institute. And that trajectory
7 years
seems like a much healthier way to deal with lipedema. And Dr. Barish...
Don't get me wrong. I bought a pair of hottie pants that are like size 10. I bought some Boom Boom shorts. All right. And I was pretty happy because they were size 10s. And yeah, I was kind of dancing around a little bit because they were size 10s. I'm down from like a 16. Okay. In under a year.
Also has said the same thing, you know. If you look at Colin Mockery's video and watch the interview with Dr. Barish in Germany, you know, he was saying that weight loss, as much as you can first, is the best. And I know that Anna says that, you know, oh, I just stopped losing weight, but I think that she maybe just wasn't totally honest about the intake. You know, you have to weigh and measure everything when you're really getting down to the nitty gritty.
Okay, so she's had skin removal surgery with them before, because I think that was Moshrefi that was there, and that she had her, the guy who was looking at her stomach there. I think that was Moshrefi. Oh, thank you guys. I was just, you know, the Boom Boom shorts. Yes, I wanted to look snatch in the Boom Boom shorts.
And if you're not, you can't be totally certain that you are doing everything that you need to do. And, you know,
I'm not gonna lie, large amounts of loose skin fascinate the fuck out of me, so
you can't outdo science, so I kind of don't believe it.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, look at that before and after. That's amazing. Her belly looks so good. Her little belly button's so cute. And I loved this outfit. It was just a beautiful photo shoot. And this really did kind of remind me of Anna too, like something Anna would do. So I don't know.
Yeah, but people didn't yell offensive things at her, I'm sure, in the middle of Times Square in New York. Pretty sure somebody yelled something obnoxious at her as they drove by. The loose skin community asking for more clothing options. 12K conga line and cats in shorts. I just have this image of all these animated cats doing a conga line with like Boom Boom shorts on now.
I really like Leah. She's a sweet, genuine person. I subbed. I want to see her success story further. And then here we are with Anna going through her, you know, surgery and...
Okay. Where is Jessica still here? All right, Jessica. Remember, you said that it hurts when you touch it. Is it this light of a touch? Does that make you go when it's that light of a touch? Because if it does, I'm sorry, and I will pull back. But remember when Anna was getting her first consultation with this? Well, first or second. Did she seriously buy a thong? Anyway, and he was like just lightly touching her skin, and she was like, "Oh, it really hurts." Is it like that? Or do you have to like get in there, you know? I'm just asking.
I just feel like there's a lot of fullness in her body still. She has a lot of regular fat to lose. She does have some loose skin. You know, they did remove some of the fat in the pelvic girdle area and her inner thigh, and you can tell that it is reduced. But it's not enough, like, in my layman's opinion, to be doing surgery. And I do feel like I'm going to bring up the spitting sutures again, but I think that...
The spitting sutures is traumatizing. Thank you. I didn't even see them, and it's just the thought of it. The visiting your past self TikTok is so contrived. Well, yeah, I get it, but BB I can't do that one. Sorry, that's too many letters that I can't keep straight. We're talking about her penchant for tight clothing. Oh, I don't think Anna's that. I mean, let's not give her ideas anyway. It has to be like squeezed. Okay. That's what I was wondering.
that kind of speaks for itself. But yeah, what do you guys think? I just found
right here, she's like, oh, it's hurting my arms to be like this.
Found like this was a very fun and interesting comparison. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Again, I'm not trying to pick on Leah at all or say anything negative about Leah or even use her to put hate on Anna. I'm just kind of, she's a good representation of how
arms were in so
your
much
attitude
pain.
and how you approach something can have a direct effect on your results, your outcome, and there you go. This was Anna. This was the last bikini footage she posted before she started her surgery arc. And here we have some after shots. Anna is...
And she still loves shaking her booty. She still thinks she got a booty. And she does have a booty. But she still thinks it's like her biggest asset. Right, exactly, Princess Brioche. And I think that's the part that she doesn't understand, why people don't believe her when she says things. I like the idea of your doorstop there, Ron. Best housewarming gift. That is a good housewarming gift, actually.
Still beautiful. I don't think her body is ugly. I don't think she has to do surgery to be beautiful. If she wants to do it for mobility or health, more power to her. But I do think that she is trying to skip the line, so to say. And I think that her doctors were irresponsible in allowing her to go through this journey in the manner that she has. So anyway.
I think the sleeves on the swimming suits are actually kind of cool. Especially now that I'm like, oh yeah, sunscreen. Somebody pointed that out. Like, you don't have to put sunscreen on. I'm like, sold. So I do think those are kind of cool. Nope, it's fine, Jasmine. That's where I wanted you to go. I'd like her to do a comparison in the old bathing suits. I think she did have one of them on. But she has a rash guard on. Household chemicals. Tatterstale was going to say, isn't her body still... Yes. I don't know. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You know, take that how you want. I think personally, I think proportionally she's effed herself. Because I think her body was way more proportional before her surgeries than after. So, I don't know. That's my stance and I'm sticking to it. Hey, good timing then. Also not leaving, not just hanging out and having dinner. What are you eating? Did you bring enough for the class? She also does too many other things that should also... Okay. She does too many crazy things that should also cause Anna pain if she were that sensitive. Like the time she was rolling around on the square hammock. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one. Anna. That's the one thing I'll give Anna, like, unlike the other girls who have the shelf ass because all they do is sit and lay down all day. Like, Anna doesn't have shelf ass because I don't believe that she just sits and lays all day. I don't know really what she does. She does a lot of standing. I will give her that because she does the halls and all that. I think she's more active than the other girls, hands down. I just don't think she's as active as she wants us to believe she is. So there's that. And I think that also helps her. Well, it used to help her keep that proportional shape. And I don't know. Hike video. Her in the car. She's. Yeah. We looked at that earlier, Jessica. We were still have it up. Yeah, Lindsay's video here. We didn't watch this. I'm gonna give it time, but we were looking at the picture. Putting on sunscreen, getting ready for a walk. You must wear sunscreen. Do. Roasting cauliflower. Pizza. Pizza. Oh yeah, we were talking about that, the weird weight gain. yeah, she's gaining in weird places. We talked about the visceral fat already and all that, so always wear your sunscreen. We talked about Data and his cute little haircut. Talked about Data not being clipped into the car. Why do people do that? They make dog car seats. They make dog car seatbelts. I had one for my dogs when I used to drive my dogs around. I don't have animals in my car without car clips. My cat has cat carriers that go in the car. I don't like having my animals loose in the car. You're always so white. That's okay. That just means you need more sunscreen. I'm kidding. You take your walks at night because you don't want to wear sunscreen. That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, so there's that. All right. It gives me about a half hour to get set up for the thing that I am doing at the Discord. If you would all like to, those of you who are not part of the Discord, if you are interested in what Amber's members things are like, there may or may not be a thing happening at the Discord if you wanted to come join us. And so that's interesting. If you do come over to the Discord, though, do be sure to, there's like some stuff you have to do real fast once you get there, or the bot will kick you. So just, it's basically you have to click on the yes rules. You know, I've read the rules and that kind of stuff. But just that kind of a thing. But I think we're done for now, so that I can go and devote the rest of my processing power on my computer to that. Oh yes, the thing, yes. Wamba knows what we're talking about. That supposedly is happening tonight. I don't know, I haven't checked. Let me go check. Let's go find out if she's canceled. Who are we talking about again? Amber. Here we go. But Amber. Oh my god, here we go. Hey guys, I'm back. No one cares. Look, I'm a member. Who's this? Oh, what's the fun if you're not going to tell me who you are? Posts. 6 days ago. Sorry, but I can't live stream tonight. I'll make it up to you. Okay. I guess it's in the video she said she was going to live stream tonight. Am I crazy? Ah, damn it, I missed it again. I keep missing her YouTube, and that's why I posted on my members site. I don't think I can go. I'm going to just stop this vlog, and I'm going to take a few days break from... I will definitely be doing my live stream Tuesday, which is tomorrow, because when you guys see this Monday, so I will be doing my live stream, and if you guys want to be part of that, join the Stream Queen. Okay, so she did say in this video that she was going to go live today. Yep, okay. YouTube absolutely refuses to let me know when Kicking Geese goes live. I have been subscribed to Kicking Geese for years. Easily 6-7 years at this point. YouTube refuses to let me know when Kicking Geese goes live. I am absolutely fucking livid about this, by the way. This is probably my longest subscription on YouTube, and they absolutely refuse to let me know when she's live, and it just makes me so mad. But anyway. All right. Rabbits and strollers sound like a cool... That's a good name, too. My neighbors see me pushing rabbits and strollers. I used to push my cats around in strollers. Now they think they can walk. But all right, anyway. So that link should be active for a bit if you guys want to join the Discord. Feel free. And I have done that so many times, Princess Brioche. I give up. I just give up. Just give up. Anyway. And I don't know what I was going to say. Anyway, what's a good emoji? What's a good emoji? Pizza. We were talking about pizza. Put a pizza down in the comment section if you've made it this far. And thank you all for joining me on this. I know the Discord has... It does have notes for kicking geese. I need to go turn that on. I guess that's going to be how I'm going to get notified. Did Justine get me into Girl World? No, actually, my friend who was in here earlier, Four Milks, got me into Girl World, but Justine was like one of the first channels I subscribed to after I got sucked in. So, you have a stroller and walking gear for my cats? Yes. Always have walking gear for your cats. Your cats will hate it at first, but once they figure out they get to go outside. But anyway. All right. So yeah, pizza is your emoji. If you want to come do stuff, there's a link for the Discord. But do remember to do all the things so that you don't get kicked, and or just type pizza. That's also acceptable. I got you into Girl World. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Try to steal for you. Really? Sean got you into Girl World. That's funny. He doesn't cover it very often. And yeah, I will see some of you in the Discord later on tonight, and the rest of you I will see next time I go live, which will probably be Thursday? Next Thursday, not this coming Thursday, but the Thursday after that. So a week from Thursday, give or take. And yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. So I will see everybody